My name is Bourbon.
It's a stupid YouTube contest. I don't understand how this is supposed to be something legit. I mean, obviously there is nothing legit to it. It's a stupid YouTube contest. I don't really care about blinds.
My name is Bourbon.
Breeze really won. If he wins the whole thing, Matt can't do this again.
My name is Bourbon.
It's a stupid YouTube contest. I don't understand how this is supposed to be something legit. I mean, obviously there is nothing legit to it. It's a stupid YouTube contest. I don't really care about blinds.
My name is Bourbon.
Breeze really won. If he wins the whole thing, Matt can't do this again.
What's going on? I'm Bourbon. YouTube's changing stuff. And tonight we're going to do a little blind action because, you know, that's what all the YouTubes are doing right now to prepare for Matt Madness. Tonight, I've got an awesome blind from the man, the myth, legend, DMCKY, a.k.a. Prescription Bourbon. And he's going to be joining me here in a second. I've got a nice little blind here, but I also just finished eating some spicy food, so that's going to make this even more interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see who's hanging out, and I'll bring in David, a.k.a. DMCKY, a.k.a. Prescription Bourbon, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. the man from Kentucky, a.k.a. Badass, a.k.a. Yeah, anyway. On top of that, 5 fingers, high five, of course. The franchise is here. Huzzah. Gary, the franchise is here in the house. It's pretty freaking awesome. Sugar Kitty, meow. What's up, Sugar Kitty? Bourbon Baller Lee saying cheers. Now, what would you guys suggest as a warm-up pour with spicy food? I mean, I've had some water, but it's not doing it. What would you warm up with? I'm looking for some ideas. John Cran's in the house. Cheers, brother. And after the blind, we'll open it up and usual pub shenanigans will ensue. Perfect timing time as usual. Yeah, love you too, Troy. We're sitting right here. Of course, nailed it. Yeah. No, it's not that. I want to know what the deal is with it before I make somebody it. And as you know, I kind of add some mods. So, you know, it's kind of my thing. Bourbon Spice is in the house. Cheers. I need to pour something. I feel inhibited. And yeah, like something's missing from my life. What would you guys have? What bourbon would you have with spicy food? Because I need to wash this out. Hey, look at that. Prescription Bourbon's in the house. That's pretty cool. 4-Leaf Whiskey's in the house. Cheers, Stacy. If you haven't subscribed to 4-Leaf Whiskey and checked out some Irish whiskey channels action, what the hell's wrong with you? Go do that. Eric Desmarius in the house. This guy is crazy. He sent multiple blinds, and it looks like I'll be doing at least one of them with Dusty Dan on Monday night after he has on the Butterfly People, a.k.a. Blue Run Spirits. Let's see here. Ernie the Brewbaker Maker is here, a.k.a. the Brewbaker Fire Maker. We shall see. The Bowl Man himself, Slapshots Roadhouse in the house. What's up, Brian? Brian, if you didn't see it earlier today, was playing with his wood live on YouTube. Pretty interesting. Tastes like peanuts and habanero. No, this was more like sriracha. William Reynolds. Cheers, everybody. Nick 357. Cheers. Don't think I've seen you here before. Well, welcome. Mark Emenecker's in the house. Wild Turkey 101. That's an interesting idea. Everybody's saying what's up to everybody else. Mark saying New Riff Rye. Interesting. You ate spicy food already. Might as well blow your palate out with high proof. It's not the worst plan. You think it's a game? You think it's a fucking game? Come on. TM. What? Oh, what's up, bro? Anyway, how you doing? Jack barrel proof. Yeah. This is a warm up for a blind. We'll see. Anyway, well, I'm figuring that shit out. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Prescription Bourbon. What's up, brother?
Hey, Ben. Hey, everybody. How you doing?
So, yeah, Bonnie cooked up some meatballs that were spicy, and it's lingering in the mouth, and I don't know what to start it off with.
Yeah, I don't have a answer ready for that one.
Yeah, it's like, well, no, I don't know. It's not that. I think I need something.
Wild Turkey 101 didn't sound bad, though.
What didn't sound bad?
The Wild Turkey 101.
Yeah, if I knew where it was.
I'm going to pour a little of that right now. Grab
Things
the
are
bottle here.
still a little bit all over the place here and completely not reset up. But I do have your blind right here.
All right, good deal.
With my name and your name on them. What am I doing? Need something to warm up and cut the spice, you know?
Picked up any new bottles this last week or so?
Well, I picked up today after the blind with Sean last night. I picked up True Blue Cask Strength pick today. I don't remember. What did I pick up last week? I pick up too much shit all the time. I mean, I haven't tried this yet. I got the new Bottled and Bond Origin Series Weeder.
Yeah, I got the High Rye one right here. So, yeah.
What's weird is this is the only one that's come out here so far.
Yeah, they had a spot for that one on the shelf right next to this one, but it was out of stock, so they were gone.
What am I gonna pour? Gotta find something to pour. I want something kind of. What the hell? Here's my booty for anybody who's still watching. And I will go with an old staple.
Going solo tonight? No Bonnie, no cousin, no nothing?
She's on the couch right now, and
Okay.
Danny's on the floor.
No, Danny's in my lap.
Oh, Danny's in her lap. Sorry. That's why she's on the couch.
Hey, Bonnie, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So I'm going to do just a little Smooth Ambler Old Scout. This camera has not wanted to focus since I changed settings on it, and I forgot to change them back before the stream. This is a little thing I got from Whiskey Samurai, which is batch 6. They're on like batch 100 and something now. So a little 99 proof MGP. We'll start the evening with a stuck cork, even better. And there we go. Let's see who else is hanging out here. Whole lot of nobody, it looks like. I mean, we got people in the house, 22 watching, looks like. Cheers, 23. But not a lot of activity in the chat. And that's all right.
I see Slapshot in there.
Yep.
That bowl was pretty cool today, Brian, when you made that bowl.
Yeah. He's playing with his wood live on stream. CT Formula's in the house. Cheers. Well, cheers to you. Thanks for hanging out. Still love my 36% MGP. What are you sipping? You got the Turkey 101 going?
Wild Turkey 101, yeah. It's my
That's
first
pretty
sip tonight also, so.
Yeah, I figure I got to have some kind of warm up. What are we sipping on, gents? Tonight, right now, I'm sipping on just a regular Smooth Ambler Old Scout, 99 proofer. And
I've got the Wild Turkey 101, yeah.
And I'm about to get into a blind after this, sent by this beautiful gentleman over here, to help me try to prepare for losing in Matt Madness. After the crazy blind Sean gave me yesterday, anything's possible. Did you go as mean to me as he did?
I didn't see Urals yesterday. So
it had Balcones, rare. It had Balcones True Blue Cast Strength, Rare Breed. What else was it? Those were the two that stood out in my brain. Wow, I'm completely drawing a blank of what the other two whiskeys were. True Blue Cast Strength, Rare Breed.
Rare Breed's straight line stuff there. I think I sent you fairly normal stuff.
Chattanooga Single Barrel. And what was the other one? It was something else funky. So the thing is the Rare Breed was between the Balcones and the Chattanooga. So either way, it tasted funky when I got to it.
I can see that.
CT Formulas on doing some Elijah Craig. What's going on there? So there's this new managing moderator thing. I'm trying to figure out what's the deal with it. CT Formula looks like he's a local to me. Well, looks like he's probably on the other side of the sound, but I'm guessing CT is Connecticut. Checking it out. He's got his own channel. Looks like a bunch of drone footage, which is pretty damn cool. Checking that out. John Kranz is on some water. Mike Franklin's in the house. Hey, Faz is in the house. 60 Hertz. How you doing, dude? How's the weather over there? For those who don't know, New Zealand's getting hit with another typhoon. So I'm glad to see 60 Hertz on here and tell me how it is. And I see Sean Whiskey Wars is here. Sean, what was A last night? I remember B was the Chattanooga, C was the Rare Breed, D was the Balcones. What was A? Milford. Okay.
Cheers, Sean.
Oh, all right. Nice. I hit some places up there occasionally. Very cool. Wines and Moar especially. I'm sure you're familiar with it. Bless you. Ernie just finished his second old fashioned. Need to select my next pour. It's blowing like prom night. 8. Okay. What was the one I'm leaving out? There was Rare Breed. There was Balcones. There was the Chattanooga. And
You
what
said
was
still
the fourth
still
thing?
Austin.
Oh, still Austin Cast Strength. There you go. Yep, there you go. That's what I was forgetting. The Still Austin. Which
I've had one pour of that.
Yeah.
And
Corey's
it's pretty
place.
good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Corey's cool. Did you try that new Iron Brew pick they got? I picked one up. Very cool. Liking getting some local viewers here. Wonder how you found me, but that's pretty cool. All right, spice is starting to fade. But of course, I can grab myself another Glen, so I had to grab one of the glasses I grabbed for the blind. I'm on Long Island, CT Formula. But I go back and forth. I'm in Connecticut quite a lot. So I'm going to start pouring off some of these. Well, I'll pour off A, B, and C. Did you come up with some questions to go with these?
I did, yeah.
Very cool.
I figured you might want to do it in true Matt Madness format. So
Yep. Tony
nosing
Chutos
questions,
is in the
tasting
house.
questions. Yep.
Wow.
Hey,
Thank
Tony.
you, sir. What's up, Tony? Tony Tutos. And Dusty Dan, the legend, is in the house. Cheers, Dan. I was saying earlier, looks like I'll be doing a blind with Dan on Monday night. From the
Nice.
legend, Eric Desmarius sent us both blinds to prepare. So I've got, ow. I don't know why I said ow when I tipped over a sample bottle, but hey, you know, I'm broken like that. So I've got A, B, and C poured, and I'll pour D in this glass once I finish this warm-up pour. Prescription basic Angostura. Have some others on the intro. Oh, bitters. I don't understand. I'm going to be completely real. I don't understand bitters. I've tried using them. You know, you hear dash, but is dash a drop? Is dash a shake? I've always overbittered whatever I've tried to make. And I just don't understand what they're bringing to the table if they're bitter.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think once you get to where you like the taste, you can't put too many in there. You go heavy on them after a while. But if you don't like them, I understand. Yeah.
Hey, tomato. Well, man, if you ever want to grab a pour, either here or there, let me know. Because I come up there a lot. I got family up there, and I, do a little bit of whiskey hunting here and there. And Connecticut's sometimes a lot better than New York. Northwest Bourbon's in the house. Cheers, Mark.
Cheers, Mark.
Was kind of hammered in Sean's after party, I guess, last night, and missed.
Dusty Dan's in here too. Cheers,
yeah,
Dan.
I was watching the Distiller's Perspective last night, Mark, but I just had like 3 things going on at once and didn't get to jump on. I think this is going to make a nice warm-up pour. There you go. Brewbaker maker. Played around in Connecticut for a bit. You got a fire going, Ernie, tonight? Also, I doubt we'll see her in here tonight because she's probably working. But Ernie's daughter, Dr. KG Farm D, a.k.a. Caitlin Gessner, a.k.a. Caitlin Brewbaker, it's her birthday today. So happy birthday to Caitlin, even though she'll never see this.
Happy birthday to Caitlin.
Yeah, I was seeing that with the scotch and just interesting. I need to go back and check out the rest of it. Definitely interesting sounding. Oh, there's the legend right there. Eric Desmarius in the house sent both me and Dusty Dan blinds to prepare. And I say blinds. I got a box from him like this big, and he said he sent blinds. Right? It was 3 full blinds with every blind being 2-ounce pours. I mean, when you talk about a freaking legend in this community, I mean, yourself, you sent me a surprise blind, freaking legend. Sean sent me a blind, freaking legend.
Nice.
You know, let's see, who else sent me a blind? I don't know, I got blinds all over the place here. This is
Cheers,
a blind.
Eric.
Who sent this one? Oh, J Max sent me a blind. It's like people actually want me to do good at this thing this year. It's kind of weird. I mean, I'm still going to fail, but, at least I'll do it in, at least it won't be for lack of practice. Roscoe P. Coltrane in the house. There you go. Everyone remember to lick the like and like the lick. And I do think it's going to be next week. I am going to do some kind of killer giveaway. I want to replace this camera. It's killing me. So I think I've got leads on what I want to replace it with, and I'm pretty sure I could do it with one good giveaway stream. So I'm thinking about doing that next week. Might be pretty damn good. Maybe even one of these. We'll see. You did, dude. And I've got the other one in the works. Unfortunately, my buddy Chris is freaking unreliable as hell. He's not unreliable as hell. He's a freaking doctor. But you know, he's he makes it challenging to get stuff from him, but it'll happen. You're gonna kill it. Need one of these little people to go all the way, dude. The last thing I am ever called is little. But if any of the little people are gonna go all the way, it's gonna be Adriana. But we've got Adriana in, we've got Whack in, we got
Stall in.
We got Stall in, we got some dude nobody's ever heard of from named Colin from Instagram.
Cheers, Darrell.
Darrell Stewart's in the house. Darrell got derailed. Wasn't cool, but he's still a freaking legend and a freaking saint. So cheers to Darrell. All right, let me rinse this glass and I'll get this last one poured. Nothing like a little dead silence to liven up the night. All right, I'm going to pour D in that one. All right, so you said the start is nosing questions?
Yeah.
Am I writing these down? Are you writing these down? How are we doing this?
I can write your answers down. I got a sheet here.
Okay.
I got
Works
the
for me.
questions. Most of the questions are pretty similar, going to be repeated often, but we'll go through them.
One of the things Sean made me do last night was for every question, he made me zigzag back and forth through all the samples, and it totally screwed me up.
Yeah.
Matt doesn't do it that way, but it was the challenge, you know.
Right. Well, but he does do it that way, right? Because you got to go through the nose.
In the house. Peter North is in the house. There you go. Retired adult film star. My favorite drink is a Bloody Mary. Thanks, Peter. Yeah, man. Familiar with your work, you know. Only legends can spackle the wall from 50 feet away. Paul, speaking of legends, Paul Whiskey Food Dude, another guy who could spackle from 50 feet away. What's up, brother?
Cheers, Paul.
All right, so I got A
Roscoe.
in my hand here.
All right.
What am I doing?
Ready to
here?
go, right?
Yep.
All right. So I was watching last night. I don't remember exactly how Matt was doing the proof guesses. I know proof's hard on the nose, but this one is going to be what's the proof on this? And obviously, you hit it on the nose. That's going to be 5 points. Within 5 is 3 points. And within, I don't know if he did 9 or 10. Let's say within 9, 1 point. So
okay. So you want to know the nose on A?
Yes.
Proof?
The proof. Yeah.
It smells good. Number ringing in my head's 118.
118. Okay.
I think it might be a little higher, but that's what's ringing in my head.
All right. Glass B on the nose.
B on the nose. Same question.
This one's going to. No, this one's going to be. Is it a bourbon, a rye whiskey, or American whiskey?
On the nose. So not an American single malt, an American whiskey.
American single malt?
No. I'm asking the
that would be an American whiskey. Yeah, that would be an American whiskey. Yeah.
Okay, that would fall into the same category. That was a question. I wasn't calling it that.
Yeah, because that's neither a bourbon nor rye, so yeah, it'd be an American.
I'm going to call that a bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah, I got to try and move quick also.
Yeah. I figured you
Well,
probably
I'm
didn't
not
want to do a
running an
timer or
actual
anything.
timer, but I'm trying to remove quick, you know?
Understood. Yeah, you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Glass C, that one's going to be the same question. Bourbon, rye, or American whiskey?
I'm going rye.
All right. And glass D is going to be another proof. What's the proof on D?
Proof on the nose.
Yeah.
It's got a little funk to it. Ooh. Well, that one get up in your sinuses with the ethanol. That'll make it tingle. Whoa! I'm gonna go. There's a proofy gal. I'm gonna go 128.
All right.
Could be all wrong, but the ethanol was going way up in my sinus and making my sinuses tingle. So it might just be off gassing a lot because I did pour that one last. But whatever. All you can do is guess, right?
Yep. All right. Round B, tasting round. These will be 30-second ones also.
Yep.
Glass A. Is it a non? I mean, this is the question. I don't know if Matt ever asked this.
Doesn't matter. You never know what he's going to ask.
But I want to know if it's a rye whiskey or a rye bourbon or a wheated bourbon.
So you want to know the secondary grain. That's the way he would phrase it.
Yep.
So you're asking if it's a rye bourbon, a wheated bourbon. Oh, low rye, high rye, or wheater.
Right. A true rye whiskey or a bourbon wheated or bourbon rye. Yeah. So
got it. Okay. So rye, bourbon wheated, or bourbon rye. Got it. It's got a lot of interesting flavors going on.
cheers, Tim Evans, Dan O.B.
That is, you son of. I know what distillery it is. It could be either measure. I'm gonna go with rye bourbon.
Rye bourbon. Okay.
Need a palate cleanse. While I'm doing that, let me catch up on chat quick.
Yep.
Everybody saying what's up. Cheers, Tim Evans. What's going on, man? Tim might have helped keep me up too late last night. Don't know what time Tim stayed up till. Dan O.B. is in the house. There you go. Cheers, brother. Don't forget to hit the like. It's free tonight. Yeah, tonight only. Appreciate it, people. Very cool. Oh, you headed in you headed to G-Town, Darrell? Oh shit, I gotta hear about this. Very cool. All right, let's go on to B.
B on the taste. We're looking for the proof on B.
Proof on B on the palate. What the heck is that? You didn't hear that? It sounded like a radio or something. You got a radio scanner or something over there?
Not me, no.
That's weird.
You still hear something?
Yeah. Does anybody hear it, or is it maybe coming over my speakers? That is not proofy at all.
Might have been some people in my house, maybe.
Okay. It literally sounded like a radio scanner.
No, I didn't hear anything like that.
Yeah, see, Rob said, sound like Houston talking to Apollo 13. I'm put that right at a hundo.
Hundo. Okay.
I'm gonna play it a little safe. It might even be lower, but I'm gonna play it safe.
All right.
Heard it for sure. Heard it. Aliens. I see and hear you two lovelies. Well, not quite as lovely as you, Gary.
Cheers, Gary.
The multi-personality mash and metal. Heard it. Whoa, excuse me. Got to be CB operator with a linear amplifier. Been there, done that. Yeah, I got that T-shirt too here. Actually got a ham radio sitting right next to me. Charlie Brown's teacher on the phone. There you go. All right, what are we doing on C, David?
All right. C is going to be proof also on the palette.
Proof on the palette. Ooh. Sip number 2. She's a spicy meatball. That got spicy. Woo. One more sip. I'm going to put that one at 120.
All right. And D on the palette is going to be that rye whiskey or bourbon rye, bourbon wheat again.
Same question again. Okay.
Yeah, same question.
That was well brought up, Ben. Too bad you weren't. That's all right. I'll send my mother after you. Oh, yeah, speaking of all the shit going on, damn CB, but was that sitting in the truck the whole time? I mean, dude, you can always give me it, and I can try and go through it and see if I can figure out what's wrong with it. I am officially licensed by the FCC to work on radios. I haven't actually torn one down in a long time, but I can do it. Yeah, he's been having. So he just got his Peterbilt back on the road, and but he had some issues where it sat for a while, and some moisture got in it, and he's been having issues with some of the electronics that were sitting in there. Just saying, I could take a swing at it if you want. Actually, working great. Then discovered it has sidebands. What? It's sticking on sideband? Is that the issue? Sorry for the radio talk here. If people don't understand it or want to know anything about radio, we can get into that. All right. So what am I doing on this one again? Proof?
No.
Oh no. Rye? Is it rye, bourbon, bourbon
rye or bourbon wheated? Yeah.
Right. Fifth quarter tailgate in the house. Cheers, Scott.
Cheers, Scott.
Oh, that's a weird one. That's a weird one. That's bitter. What the hell did you send me that roulette rye?
We'll find out shortly. Is that one Jim had? Or you had it too, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm going to call that. Could be playing games. Let me see here. It's definitely not a, well, I don't think it is. It's not definite. A rye bourbon. It's either a wheated bourbon masquerading with the wheat funk and spice as rye, or it's a rye. I'm gonna call that one a rye.
Right.
It's better now. That first hit wasn't great.
All right. Last round is name the distillery on each bottle.
Okay.
Or guess the distillery. And
of
1 point off the taste. And you can take more time on this one too. I think Matt sometimes gives you like 2 minutes or whatever. But on the taste and nose, whatever you want to do. But name the distillery for 1 point. And if you bottle guess it, 3 points.
Okay. I'm going to take a breather here for a minute. Switches, just have to hold down here clearly, heading to CB show. All right, just saying, if you want me to go through it, if they give you like a crazy estimate or something, I'll take care of it if I can.
Are there a lot of CB shops out there still?
Well, he goes, near certain trucks, near certain truck stops, near major interstates. No, like there used to be, no. Went from an RCI 99 N2 to Union 2600. Yeah. Huh. I had the first real Ranger that was popular, the RCI 2950. Show my age a little bit here because I don't even know what the 99 N2 is. But I had a 2950 opened up. So since CT Formula seems to be a radio guy, I have a ICOM 7200 next to me right now. You canceled the Alpha. All right, we'll figure something out. All right. So going back to A, distillery guess and bottle guess.
Yes.
Will it?
Yeah, that one you had said you already had a guess on the distillery when you were tasting originally. So yeah.
I mean, it could be Barrel, it could be Old Kirk. I don't know what you have, but it's fucking Will it. I'll bet my butthole that's Will it. Bottle guess. Is it a single barrel or is this like a shelfer? That's the question. What the hell? Your DMCKY. I'll call it pure Kentucky.
All right. All right.
But I'm going to guess it's a single barrel. I think it's a single barrel, but I'm going to call pure Kentucky.
Nice.
I'll be surprised if that ain't Willet. I'll tell you that because that's singing Willet to me.
You seem pretty confident on the Willet. Yes, you do.
I hate to admit it, but I'm a fan of their crazy ass pricing. Thank God they decided to sell some barrels to other people. All right. B. I think he needs a 148 GTL CT. I think he just needs to go old school. It'll just work. This one has a taste that's familiar.
Do you like that fire pit, Ernie?
Has he got the fire pit going?
He said he was thinking about it earlier. So,
Well, I usually get a text when he ignites it. Oh, look at that. All right. I didn't know that, David. No text, so I'm not sure if he got it ignited. All right. I need... My hunch is Barton on this. I definitely feel like it's in the Sazerac tree. I'm going to go Barton. It's too spicy to be Barton. It's not Barton. I don't know what the hell it is. I'll go with Barton. Bottle guess, even though I know it's not right. I'll call it it's too spicy. I'll call it a full proof. Maybe a pick. A 1792.
1792 foolproof.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go along with it. I'm not gonna hedge it. But I think it's too. I think it's too much rye spice for it to be a Barton.
All right.
But you got to move fast, so you know, it is what it is.
What kind of glasses are you using there? Those Capito glasses?
I don't know what they are. I bought them in a liquor store. I think they're like brandy glasses or something. They got a nice little. They don't curve in though. They are straight up after they.
Okay.
I don't know. They were a buck a piece.
I thought it was a mini Glen for a second, but then I saw the stem on it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. They were kind of cool. I think they're like actually brandy glasses or something like that, but I don't know. They're kind of cool and they're different, and I feel a little bougie using them because they got the stem. And it's something nobody else is using. So, you know, there's probably a reason for that. But
yeah. Cheers, Jim.
Yeah, Jimbo's in the chat. What's up, Pinch Hitter Whiskey Lounge? They'll look at his face saying, I ain't giving them a clue. Yeah, I don't know what they are, but they were $1 a piece, and they're great glasses for $1 a piece.
Yeah, that's a good price for a glass.
Well, they obviously came out of, you know, a gift set or something. This is a funky bugger. I'm thinking it's maybe it's either finished or a weeder. I'm going to call this, I'm going to go with a curveball here. I'm going to call this, even though I'm not sure. One more sip. This doesn't taste like a bourbon to me, but I think you're throwing me a curveball. It's really flavorful, which is singing a single barrel to me. I'm going to call it Lux Row. I'm going to call it a Rebel Yell.
Okay.
Pick or Rebel pick.
All right. Rebel pick.
I don't think I'm right, but I'm kind of going with a thought process here. I'm thinking this is your Rebel pick.
Okay.
Whiskey Nose in the house. What's up, Marty? How you doing?
Cheers, Marty.
I like that. Northwest Bourbon. What's up, Mark? I know you were here earlier, but I'm saying what's up again. Your prescription is ready. Prescription Bourbon. Click that link. Give him a sub, people.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, Mark's dropping all the links. He got the pinch hitter. He got the Scott. He got them all coming in. All right, D. Mr. Great Shots in the house. We got another Mark in the house. What's up, brother? How you doing? You is funky. You're a funky bugger. What are you? I have a feeling the one before this is going to turn out to be finished, possibly cognac. But we'll see. What did I call this one? Did I call this a rye? Or I called it a weeder?
You called it a rye.
Called it a rye? I'm going to call this a Wilderness Trail. I'm going to call it a Wilderness Trail pick. Because I want to be done with it. And at some place I know that's had some really weird single barrel ryes.
Okay. So a rye pick?
Mm-hmm.
Sticking with the rye?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Hey, win or lose, it's a learning experience, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Got some interesting results here. I got 2 more questions, just bonus questions. I guess I could have made these true, false, but I made them yes, no.
Okay, whatever.
First one is, are any of them finished?
I'm so on the fence on that.
Everybody go subscribe to Northwest Bourbon. He's 4 subs away from 500.
Holy shit, I'm not giving my answer till Mark's at 500 subs.
The link's right there in the chat. So
right here. 4 subs away from 500. I ain't continuing until he's got 500 subs. I ain't giving him my answer until he's at 500. He's at 498. Come on, people. 2 subs.
everybody go. If you're not subbed, you need to be.
If you got an extra account, make it happen. 499. Come on.
I just subscribed. That should be 500.
501. There we go.
Awesome.
We got
Congrats,
a
Mark.
little Vader battalion here. 501st. And now we're 502. All right, Mark, you're over 500. Cheers, brother. And I'm going to guess no.
No.
I'm probably
Okay.
wrong, but I'm going to say no.
All right. And then last question, another yes or no question. I didn't ask any ages on anything.
You did not.
Are any of them older than 7 years?
Ooh, there you go. Cheers, Mark. You deserve it, brother. You should have more subs than I do, and you will soon.
Yeah. Well deserved, Mark. Congrats.
I'm going to say older than 7 years, not on 7 years.
Right. So eight or older. Is any of them 8 or older?
I'm going to say no.
No. Okay.
There's one or two that I think could push it, but I'm gonna say no.
All right.
So how'd I do? Pretty shitty?
No, I think you did pretty well. The so total, if you got the highest on every possible one, there was nine points for each glass plus the 2 bonus points. So that'd be 29 points total. Is how many you could have got. Or I didn't do that math
9
right.
times
Sorry.
4 is 36.
38 points, right?
Okay, yeah, that's if you nailed. If I nailed all.
If you nailed everyone, yeah.
Which
so
I
haven't done the totaling yet. I'm going to do it as I go.
Okay.
But I will tell you, you need to work on your nose because I don't think you got a single point on the nose. So
really, okay,
really, yeah. But let's start with glass A.
Okay.
You guessed on the nose it was 118 proof, and on the taste it was a rye bourbon, and you guessed it was Willet Pure Kentucky.
Yep.
And A is a Pure Kentucky.
Boom!
So you got a bottle guess right. You got the bourbon right. You missed the proof though. It's 107.
It's 107.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take it. That right there could win. That could win the round right there. Nailing a bottle.
So yep. So
dude, I nailed a bottle. I don't care what else I do.
Right.
If
I agree.
I'm becoming a Willet whore. Nothing does.
That's awesome. The so 3 points for the bottle guess and 1 point for the rye bourbon is 4 points for that one.
Okay.
You got none on the proof, so nothing on the proof. So yeah.
But there was no proof on the palate on that one, was there?
No,
I don't think there was a question on it. I'm saying
there wasn't. Yeah, it was on it was on the nose. Yeah, which proof on the nose. I guess
the bottle. I'm excited about that.
That's great. Yeah. Yep.
I don't think I guessed any others, but I'm becoming a Willet whore, and that's a really expensive hobby.
Yeah, you got some other spot on guesses here coming, but glass B, you guessed it was on the nose that it was a bourbon. On the proof, you guessed 100, and you guessed it was a Barton 7092 full proof. Glass or B is a new riff, 100% malted rye.
I fucking whiffed on that one.
So you got the proof, 5 points for the proof, 100 proof. It's bottled and bond.
Okay.
So you missed the it's a rye. You guessed it was a bourbon. You guessed the missed the distillery and all.
That thing is so delicious. That thing could screw with anybody.
So got the proof spot on. 100 proof. So actually scored more on B than you did on A with your bottle guess. So awesome.
Hey, you know what? If the way I look at it, if I could get points on every bottle, I've got a chance.
Yep. Absolutely. C, you guessed it was a rye on the nose. You guessed it was 120 proof on the palate, and you guessed it was a Lux Row Rebel pick.
Yep, but I was letting it be you steer me.
Well, it is a pick I did from Lux Row, but it's a Ezra pick.
So I got.
So it's not a rye. It's a bourbon.
What's the proof?
It's 120 proof. So you got the proof spot on, right on the nose, and you got the Lux Row. So you got 6 points on C.
Wow. I'm kind of shocked at the moment.
So you got.
I hope I was surprising you a little.
So
because
yeah, but I also know you might have guessed some bottles that you knew I had, but that's awesome though. The only two proofs on the palate.
I got the feeling that one was masquerading as something else.
Yeah, you even said you thought it might be finished, maybe, and all that. But yeah,
that's a good pick. That's a really good pick.
Yeah, and this one, of course, it's non-age stated, but we did get the barrel when we did the pick. We got the dates. And at the time, it was like a 4-year, 9-month. And I'm pretty sure it's
distillate or is this Heaven Hill?
It's this one. I guess we weren't 100% sure. They didn't tell us on the Rebel pick. They told us it was their distillate. But
what's the barrel? Does it have the barrel name? or number?
I've not on this, but I got a picture of the sample. I could look it
Yeah,
up. But
okay. I might be able to tell by that.
But they didn't bottle this and ship it until December, and we did the pick in June.
That might be their distillate then, because that does not taste anything like Heaven Hill.
Yeah, so I bet it sat in the barrel for at least 3 more months, and which would make it 5 years old. But it's either,
that might be their distillate, which would explain it, because it's weird. All right. Hey, I'm getting points. I'm excited.
Hey, you've got 15 points so far. I mean, doing great. Glass D. This is the one I was trying to mess with you on.
All right.
But
did I completely whiff it?
Yes.
So you succeeded.
So on the nose, you guessed the proof at 128. The tasting round, you guessed that it was a rye whiskey, and you guessed it was a Wilderness Trail rye pick. So, and this is, I would have accepted MGP or Old Elk, but it is a
Old Elk wheated.
Yeah, and it's cast strength.
Is it a wheat whiskey or a wheated bourbon?
Wheated bourbon. It's a wheated bourbon. And it's 113.9 proof. So
that is something I've noticed on a lot of the Old Elk picks, is they tend to drink really hot.
Yeah. So yeah, but it is. This is a pick though, so this is not a shelfer.
109 proof.
113.9.
113.
Yeah. 56.95%, but yeah, 113.9.
That's the wheat masquerading as a spice on me. Interesting. Okay.
All right.
So I whiffed that one.
So yeah, still at 15 points. And the bonus questions. Any finished whiskeys? No, you got that right. And any older than 7 years, you said no, and you got that right. The 6-year is the oldest. So you got those 2 bonus points.
Is there an age on Pure Kentucky?
No. If you search on the internet or whatever, they say it's 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe even say 4 to 7 years. So
what were your bonus questions worth?
1 each. So
okay.
2 points. So 17 points total.
I'll take that.
Yep. So not bad at all. So
that was freaking awesome, dude.
I mean, you nailed some proofs on the nose. You nailed 1 bottle on the nose. So,
I can't believe I nailed the bottle. That was crazy.
So, yep, that's great. Awesome. And you knew that was Willett from the taste.
Oh, yeah. I've become I can pull Willett out of my ass at this point. It's like,
I think that was the thing you were the most sure of anything was that was a Willett. So
I had no doubt.
Even though the actual bottle was probably a little bit of a guess, a little bit of guesswork, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had my real thought in my head was that it was an old Kirk pick. But something sang to me, and it's just, you missed the KY. How could you not have the Pure Kentucky? Question, do you like that? Do you enjoy that one, or is it a little weird to you?
No, I don't think it's weird at all. I like it.
That's that's one of the ones that when people say, "Oh, you can never buy Willett," everyone walks by that bottle on the shelf. Everyone. Doesn't matter what store you walk into, if they have a half decent bourbon selection, that's sitting on the shelf. And everybody sleeps on it. And that thing is kind of a pure example of what Willett bourbon should taste like. In my opinion.
Yep, good
stuff. I think this was an awesome blind. It was difficult. But there was
you did awesome. I think you did great. Good practice.
That old elk definitely threw me. But that's one thing I don't feel like. See, I've talked about it, and I feel like there's some kind of handshake deal with Greg Metz and MGP that he went over there. That like he doesn't have access to like his good barrels or something because like he knows where the good shit is. at MGP. He made it. And like he can't touch it. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the thing, because Old Elk tastes nothing like Greg Metz MGP, in my opinion.
Right. I mean, I really haven't had. I don't think I've had any other wheated MGP. This Old Elk's all I've had.
Wheated,
and I have a regular, just non-cast strength shelfer bottle of it, of the wheated Old Elk, and I've got this one that I picked up.
That's interesting. Wheater. Well, Penelope's a 4-grain. It has wheater in it.
Okay, and that's actually what I'm drinking right now, is some Penelope. So
that's interesting. I got to think about that. MGP wheaters. There aren't a lot on the market.
Yeah, so I don't know how much they were putting down, of wheat whiskey, but it must not have been a whole lot, because
that is really interesting. All right, well, we finished the blind. Now comes the point in the evening where we make this a total shit show.
Yep.
I'm going to drop the link, and anybody who wants to come hang out, please come and join us and have a drink. Pin the link, click it, and come hang out. And I'm going to drink some pure Kentucky.
Had you had that 100% malted rye from New Riff before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not only do I have it, I have the sherry finished.
Well, I know you've got the sherry one, and I know you've had not just a sample, but I know you got a bottle of it. But
did you not get any of that?
I just had the pour of it. Yeah, that's all I had.
All right, we'll fix that. I'll definitely hook you up with a couple ounces, if nothing else. Or I'll bring the bottle with me in April, and you could just get fucked up on it. Whatever you want.
Well, hopefully they'll have another release of it. So
yeah, I mean, actually, dude, the stuff we're gonna have, you got to come hang out. The stuff we're gonna have this year is possibly gonna make last year look like amateur hour.
Awesome.
We may not have the number of different things, but like the crazy stuff we're gonna have is gonna be. And that invite's open. We're gonna be. I'm gonna be in a Airbnb in Indy for 2 days, and then in Louisville for 4 days. So come hang out if you're in the area. Looking at you, franchise. So something I do feel though, I feel like the New Riff malted rye, as it gets down in the bottle, I feel like it loses something. It's not as sweet and special as it is when it's fresh. I don't know if you agree with that.
Well, I haven't drank enough. I'm right here.
Really?
So just below the neck. I opened this in December, I think. So,
but I also tasted it after the Willet. Palate cleanser or not, Willet Funk's gonna hang out.
Yeah, and it was also after the highest proof one. It was after the Ezra Brooks, which was 120 proof. So, yeah.
So you did those with the Bourbon Judge, right?
The Bourbon Judge, yeah. So I did a Rebel and an Ezra. So
I'll message you, Gary. It's the week of April 16th, though. There you go.
Actually, that's not the Rebel pick. That's a different. I mean, Ezra. That's a different Ezra. But yeah, I had it here. But yeah.
This was a cool blind. I've said it before, though. If anybody can't pull Willet out in a blind, you don't know what you're doing. Because
yeah, but Willet is all over the place, though. I mean,
it's just that spicy, fruity. So the thing is that Willet is a flavor punch. I don't care if it's pot still. I don't care what it is. Willet is flavor. But people sleep on the pure Kentucky. Now, I can understand not loving it. You know what I mean? It's funky. You got to be into some funk. But, man, if you like the funk, she brings the funk. We like the funk. We like the funk.
Hey, Gary, it's the week of 4/16. Give him your dates there, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
It's that week.
Yep. I mean, now that you're a pick veteran, you don't need me no more.
Oh no, I do. Yeah, and the ones I did with the Bourbon Judge, he didn't even get to put his name on it. There's no,
He didn't do
no,
a tater sticker, nothing.
No tater stick, no, because it's the liquor store just put their name on it. And,
what did they go for?
It was between 50 and 55. Yeah, so
That's all right. You should get one of the Rebel picks that has your name on it, even though you didn't do it.
Yeah.
I actually.
What are those? What do those tater stickers look like, or what?
Well, the Esters he just got. I haven't gotten yet, and the Rebel tater sticker. Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
I'll go get it. Maybe I'll even crack one. So this is a funny story. David came on our new riff pick, but my buddy screwed up and put his name, and I didn't catch it. He did verify it with me, and I didn't catch it. I was probably drinking when he sent it to me. That even though this camera's probably not going to focus on it, my buddy Greg came on the pick for his first ever pick. Come on.
It's trying.
Is it trying?
Maybe not.
Yeah,
thought it was.
It's not working at all.
Ernie said he's got his fire pit lit. So.
It's
Is that what is that like a?
Hang on, I'll let me grab it and upload it so I can show it.
Oh, okay. So what did you go with for your pour out there, Ernie? You said you were looking for a high proof pour for your fire pit.
That's a different pick from that trip. That's a different pick from that trip. Where the heck is it? Apologies, this is enthralling. Why can't I find it? I'll find it from here. Here we go. Okay. Save. I can do it that way. That'll work.
Good evening, Donald.
Bear with me a second here. I'm just getting the picture set up.
Got the whiskey Yoda in the house.
Yo, what up, Yoda? Pit is lit. There you go. Hey, have a great night. Good deal, CT Form. If you want to hit me up, bourbon4@gmail.com if you want to try and have a pour or meet up one day. And that was pour, even though my mouth apparently didn't work right. All right. Let's see if this synced up yet. Why is my photos in? Of course it didn't sync yet. Why would it? Because I needed to. Out of all places, people do in fact pull Willet out of their ass. All right, here it is. And this is the picture. I actually had him redo it and send it to my buddy. I had him have him reprinted, and I paid for it because it was his first pick ever. My buddy Greg. I don't know if you got to meet him on the trip. Did you?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. I mean, he did come by and stuff. So here you go. Here's the tater sticker.
Nice.
You know, it's the real conservative family with the kid in the leather coat and the badass, and he's the rebel. You know.
Yep.
And
nice.
as you notice, it says DMC, even though he wasn't on the pick.
I see that. Yeah.
So let's see here. Ben getting dialed in this year. No, I don't know, man. I'm trying. Gary says Pure Kentucky is older than 7.
I know it used to be, but I don't know that it currently is. So, but Gary, I mean, you might be right. I don't know for sure. I think when I researched it just the other day, because I was just for this blind, I was wanting to make sure what the age was, and it said, you know, like 5 to 7 is the consensus. You know, so.
Thank you, Jim.
But yeah, it used to be like 10 years old. Or
Peter,
something.
I'm gonna try, but I promise failure, but I promise that I'll make it weird. You know what I mean? I'm not like, you know, Cameron, who does like 1 million blinds a year and can pull 3 out of 4 bottles on a blind. But you know, I'm gonna try and go at least a round this year. We'll see what happens. And if I don't, oh well. Still gonna make it weird. Still gonna try and make some people laugh, because that's what I do. And, you know, hopefully it's fun. And JH slipping in the back door. Cheers, all. Cheers, JH.
Cheers, JH. But yeah, man, work on your nose if you can. You got 3 out of the 4 palette questions.
Yeah.
And the nose is what
the honker failed me tonight.
Yeah.
And I got a pretty serious honker. So, you know, it's kind of.
You got 2 of the distilleries right. You got 1 bottle guess dead on.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Late dinner, but Yoda's in the house, as was said. T-Rob is in the house also. What's up, brother? But nobody apparently wants to hang out with us tonight. ASMR Whiskey's in the house. Cheers, Ben. Cheers, DMC. Only here for a minute. Family stuff going on tonight. Well, cheers, Andrew. Hope everything's okay. Andrew.
If you're still around.
Give me an update if you can. Let me know things are all right at least. Katie Turk, 1/2 of Drifting Drams, freaking legends, are in the house. Cheers, Katie. Whiskey
cheers,
RN,
Katie.
Sierra's in the house. Cheers, Ben and all. What's going on? Holy shit. This stream is about to get sexy. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only man that's known as every company that has a fast food restaurant. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the franchise.
Hey, Gary.
That didn't sound like my intro.
What's up, brother?
Not much. I figured I'd jump on it. Yeah, I don't know, maybe Pure Kentucky got younger, but
it didn't get any less funky.
Yeah.
Well, I think that XO, I think it started out, it was like 10 years and older, 10 years and up when it started out. Yeah.
Yeah. I did a quick Googling to double check, and one site had it as like all the way up to 12, but the more I think about it, the less that makes sense.
I'm sure if you got one bottled 10 years ago, I'm sure it was.
Right. And in fact, the new bottle, I don't know if anybody's seen it on the shelf. They've changed the bottle shape.
The tall
it has a long neck on it now.
Yeah, and doesn't have the bulb anymore.
And it's got like the lines on it, kind of like a Joseph Magnus almost, like a neck like that.
That's how you know to leave it on the shelf now. But that's the thing. Everybody's like, you can't get any Willet. You can't get any Willet bourbon. Bullshit. There's plenty of it just sitting there. It's just weird, and you got to be into the weird. And everybody knows I make it weird.
I used a lot of mine. I got one early on getting into whiskey about 3.5 years back, and I Kentucky muled a fair amount of that bottle, but it worked really good in those.
I mean, one thing it brings to the table is flavor. It may not be your flavor profile,
Right.
but it brings a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
And there is nothing in the whiskey world that tastes like Willet, in my opinion.
Yeah. And it beats the hell out of the Kentucky vintage, which is just was supposed to be the younger and lower proof version of it. Had that and didn't care for it at all.
Yeah, and those always looked very similar on the shelf. I mean, you had to look twice. So yeah.
Hey, what's up, Bobby? Bad Axe Bourbon in the house. I'm trying, dude. Mr. Whiskey Shit's in the house also. What's up, Adam? And Johnny Drum is Willet also. Yes. You know, there's a lot of Willet just rotting on the shelf, but, you know, people are bougie and just want the purple tops.
Yeah.
But me, I'll grab any barrel bourbon that's actually a Willet. Any, thankfully, I have some lovelies in Tennessee who, you know, like the Turks, who know how to bring the old Kirk home.
Yep. Actually, I kind of been needing a pour, and that kind of inspired what I'm going to actually pour myself.
Uh-oh, what are you going with?
Oh, I got mine from Paul Whiskey Food Dude. Another Tennessee connection. So
I actually have one from Paul too. I got to pop that one.
Yeah, I actually have not popped it. I got this like the 1st of December, and I've been sitting on it.
I've been waiting for Paul to come on. Oh, I have. Wait, Secret of the Booze. Whose pick is that one? Oh, that's Matt's. I didn't get that one. I did get the Junkies Willet. What did they call theirs? But I missed his.
Yeah, this one, I think it was, I think he said he got it from like the same barrel set as the Junkies, or I know it was right around the same time.
I'm sure Matt's was better. I managed to grab the Junkies on the, when they did the Christmas in July thing.
Yeah.
I missed Matt's though. I am sad that I don't have every pick Matt has done. Hello, Maureen. For those who don't know, that's the other franchise legend.
The best franchise.
You're not wrong.
I know.
Rory's pretty damn cool too, though.
Yes.
It's because I made her.
There you go. With no help from Gary. But that mailman.
Nope.
I'm an asshole. What can I say? So what did you pour, Gary? I didn't see.
Oh, it was that Matt's.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, question: you had asked me if I had tried your. I haven't talked to you really. The what do you call it? Your ECBP
barrel proof sample.
I was gonna ask you. Do you remember if you put a label on it? Because I have a few unlabeled things.
I thought I did. I'm pretty sure I did a 2-ounce brown Boston round, and I thought I had put some kind of label on it. I usually don't give unlabeled samples. Because
I have all the samples moved right now because of the desk change.
Is that Western Michigan pick or?
Yes.
Or, yeah. So yeah, I've got my sample. I haven't drank it yet. So.
Well, when I find it, I'll drink it with you if I haven't drank it already.
Yeah.
I figure it must be here because I think I would remember having it.
I know you'd at the time. I know your plans were still fluid for the ride home, and you didn't know if you're going to see Bourbon Battalion
on the way home. Did I stop by Bobby on the way home? I don't think I did. I think I drove straight through on the way home.
Yeah. Didn't you pop on a stream like when you're on the final leg of that drive?
He was driving.
Yeah, I went live. That was the Riding Dirty stream that freaking Shane played guitar on and got me got the stream taken down because it was copyrighted music. Yeah, I got a copyright strike for that. What's up, Jody? Jody's in the house. Bourbon Bounty. If you're not subscribed to Bourbon Bounty, what the hell's wrong with you?
Cheers, Jody.
Donald Ranch just poured some Glen Breton 17 ice wine cask. It's just magic. North America's first single malt distillery can blow everything else away. Glen Breton. I've never heard of that. Are they in Canada, Donald? Where are they at? I thought the oldest one I know of in the U.S. is St. George. And they're in Cali.
I know the area in Canada that's northern shore of Lake Erie has a fair number of wineries and does quite a bit of ice wine up there.
Oh, yeah. We've been in Enniskillen. We've been to a whole bunch of those. We went north of Niagara and hit a whole bunch of them. We went to Gretzky's. We went to a number of them. Yeah, that was an expensive trip, and I think we went it was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I bet that Enniskillen in the fridge is valuable at this point.
I was at a wine tasting, like a big one out in Vegas, and Enniskillen was out there, and at the time they had a sparkling ice wine. Haven't seen it since, and this is probably a good 15 plus years ago.
Yeah.
But that was a treat when we had that.
I forget what winery it was up in Canada we went to that the ice wine tasted like lemon drop candy.
Nice.
I don't remember what it was. It was so good. And we picked some up.
Do you remember getting any
ever drank it?
Cabernet Franc ice wine?
We drank a lot of ice wine that trip. I'm not sure.
Well, this would have been a red ice wine as opposed to the white.
I mean, there were some. I don't fully remember.
I'm thinking it's
interesting. They are in Nova Scotia. Yeah, some more whiskey. Nailed it. Glen Breton. I got to look into that. I wonder if they're even down here. An ice wine finished single malt sounds freaking delicious.
It's going to bring a nice amount of sweetness to it.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Especially if they sort of good times wet barrel that one.
Mm-hmm. What was D again, David?
The Old Elk Wheated Bourbon.
Yeah. It's got a good amount of sweetness, but man, it drinks high proof. Even if it isn't.
113, that's decent, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to try any of these, Bonnie? Or are you stuck?
No, he decided that my lap was too warm.
Which ones would you like to try?
I don't know. What was good?
What was good? All right, well, you've had B. I don't know how you do with Willet Funk, so I'm gonna pour you. Well, I have a bottle of it. You can try it anytime. I think I'm going to pour you his Ezra Brooks pick. You have a Glen? No. Okay, she's going to get a Glen. Everybody's saying what's up to each other. Bobby's asking, so Ben, how you feeling about your Matt Madness prospects? Training looks like it really sucks. I pretty much guarantee failure. If I do any better than failure, then, woo-ha, awesome. And I promise I'll make it weird. That's the only prospect I can promise is I'm going to make Matt and other people uncomfortable. I'm going to do something to make it weird. That's what I can promise. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have fun with it. And look, what's weird is I don't really have a competitive bone in my body. The best way to put it is I don't like to be excluded from things. I don't like to be disrespected or not thought of is my thing on stuff, but I don't really have a competitive bone in my body. Like, I don't care about letting other people win games and other stuff. So I'm going to have fun with it. That's my plan. And I just poured her your Rebel pick. What was left
Ezra
of the
pick,
sample.
but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Ezra pick. There you go. Your Lux Row pick. I called it Lux Row and I nailed that.
You got the distillery, yep.
Weird is
if you can
good. Weird is
avoid the
entertaining. You're not
flu or
wrong,
head
Jody.
cold, you should do pretty well, Ben.
I hear the official Scotch whiskey cartel pissed off about a distillery in New Scotland using Glen in its name. Where is New Scotland?
Nova Scotia.
Oh, okay.
Glen Breton.
Right. Yeah, I want to see if I can get any other stuff here. I don't even know if it's distributed. I'm freaking intrigued now. Looks like there's some of it distributed upstate. Possibly. Upstate New York, that is. The 10-year. Interesting. Glenora Distillery, they're called. Glen Breton is actually not the name of the distillery. Glenora Distillery is. What did he say his was?
15 year, I think.
They have a 19-year. They have a 10-year ice. Here we go. 10-year ice.
17 year. 17.
The Underground Bottle Shop has it.
That's pretty good. A little bit hot.
The Scotch Whisky Association took down the court over it and lost. As Jed shortly pointed out, they speak Gaelic in Nova Scotia that isn't spoken in Scotland. Interesting. What was D again that I totally whiffed?
The Old Elk Weeded Bourbon.
I don't know why it won't stick in my head. I think I just have a kind of aversion to Old Elk because
I'll pour some myself.
I
here.
mean, because I know it's MGP, but it tastes nothing like MGP. So I kind of got to beat my.
Well, that's why that was the one MGP I sent you for that reason. So.
And it tastes nothing like MGP, right? Do you agree it tastes nothing like MGP?
Yeah, I agree. I
All
mean,
right, Andrew.
my other bottle of Old Elk Weeded Bourbon, which is the standard shelfer, I like. It tastes very good. I like bourbon.
Okay.
This is different. So.
Back to family time. Cheers, all. See you after the kids go to bed. So,
cheers, Andrew.
And the other thing I don't really love about a lot of the Old Elk picks is a lot of places mark them up a lot. Around here, they'll be like $80, $90. And it's like, no.
Yeah, I think this was 65 or 70.
I'm having a hard time
And just what's that?
Go ahead and finish your sentence.
I was just saying, I think the regular one is like almost 50, like 45 or 50, I think. But the weeded bourbon around here, but yeah. Go ahead.
I've been having a hard time trying to distinguish between
Hey,
price gouging and just inflation.
it is getting harder.
The new price book came out for Michigan, which has state minimum prices, and so many things went,
Hey,
bottle
hey,
prices
Gary.
were going up 5, 10, 20.
Speaking of
across the
Michigan,
board. It says strength.
this is the Griffin Claw Brewery and Distillery, 130 proof, bottled and bond.
Ah,
Okay.
I love
So
it
you-
so much.
you got a bottle of it. Yeah,
I didn't get one. I got two.
Sure.
Just in case one day I get frosty and want to see what it tastes like. It's just that's just a trophy to government failure.
The upside down plane stamp in the whiskey.
Yes,
collection.
exactly. I don't care if it's ever worth anything. It never will be worth it. I don't care. It's just amazing that it says bottled in bond, cask strength, 130 proof. Just give them fresh.
And it was approved.
Yes. Approved. 5-year-old, distilled with discretion, handmade and bottled in small batch, Birmingham, Michigan. Such a failure. It's just amazing. Hi, Dad. OMJ's in the house.
Hey, Joe. Oh, Banjo.
He
Very
calls
good.
me his hero, so I call him Dad. He tries to make it weird. I make it weirder.
You got to go with your strengths.
How is that a bib? Yeah, it's a bib because somebody rubber stamped it to TTB and completely fucked up. Yeah,
Thanks,
there you go. Approved after the TTB had a 3-drink look. No, more like approved at the TTB after they just didn't care.
With the work from home Zoom call
Yep.
approval.
Yes, it's the Glenora Distillery. Glen Breton typically doesn't release their special stuff in the U.S., but it does trickle down. It's a picturesque distillery I'd buy if I won the lottery. There you go. It sounds interesting. I would definitely grab it if I ever saw it now. The Underground Bottle Shop. What is this place? Never heard of it. Auburn, New York. That's in the middle of upstate, in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Again, upstate New York.
What's funny about that Griffin Claw is that is literally, and being in Michigan, that is literally the only thing ever heard about them is when that happens. Nothing before, nothing since.
Oh, no, without a doubt. It's crap. I'm sure it's crap. That's why I have no intention of opening it. It's essentially distilled beer.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even heard that it's like it's horrible. Like there zero.
I don't know if
people-
anyone's ever tasted it.
Yeah, unless they went to their place in Birmingham, and then in that case, they're probably smart enough to have it in a cocktail.
What was B again, David? Oh, this is the malted. The
Yep,
malted
New Riff, 100% malted rye.
It's such a great bottle.
Yeah, it is. The sherry's even better, though.
Oh yes, yeah. Let my buddy Travis take the sherry malted rye that we found when we were down hopping in stores down there.
Well, I'm thinking about when I go to drive to India, I might drive all the way across and go to South Beloit and go bother somebody there.
Well, if you're going to do that, you're probably not going to be that far from me either. So
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll figure it out. I'm probably going to leave a few days early. Maybe come home a few days late. We'll figure it out.
fortunately, I only have to be on campus Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
No, there you go. Sorry, Professor. But I do want to talk to you anyway, because I think we should get a group exchange going. Even though I've heard there's maybe been some turmoil.
In terms of like group exchange, or
I'll talk to you.
okay, because I kind of
about getting in each other's.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's easy to get into mine. It's just it's an open group, but I stepped away from being a mod.
Mm-hmm. I don't blame you.
Yeah, it's still active and posting and answering questions and the like, but it's all on my time and my choice. But what's really fun right now, and I just let me grab these. is from December. Oh, you're going to give me that too. When I went to Driftless Glen with
that's part of what I went in on. Yeah. One, two, right.
and there's 3 through 7 on their way.
4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I might have heard about those from Birdie.
You know, and when we went up there, just anything that if we had the slightest question about, the slightest maybe, it's like, nope. You know, we had 7 of them that both Ludwig and I were just like, yeah, this is.
How well have they moved? Because here, Driftless, so that's the thing, like Driftless is not distributed here. So
we had 2 ryes back about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they were also, you know, the 30-gallon barrel, low yield, and they originally binned them as a pair, went through about 4 dozen of them that way, and they were both low yield. So like there was like another 20, 30 bottles combined, if that much. And those were all gone within a week. We had one that we ended up splitting. It's a 53-gallon barrel.
The rye that shagged me?
Yeah, that we split with store in Minnesota because Ben Alcorn was with us on this pick. So it's the Michigan, Minnesota pick.
That's cool.
The Prince and Madonna. So
speaking of Prince and Madonna, ladies and gentlemen, the man who looks like he was a combination, the output of Prince and Madonna.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I'm confused too, don't worry.
Like I said, I make it weird.
You're not wrong.
But just to finish up on that one, we had like about 95 bottles that came to Michigan, and those sold out in under 10 days.
Wow.
So, you know, they just dropped bottles 1 and 2. They had the bin post went up about 2 days ago for that.
So are you buying like 10 bottles a day, Gary?
No, I've really restricted myself to either picks that I've done, but unfortunately I've picked a lot of barrels lately, and just absolute hitters, anything in between. I told a few people I should start taking pictures of all the bottles I've actually passed on when I've had the chance to buy them. So, but no, I've tried to pump the brakes as I'm pushing 400 bottles.
400? That's cute.
Yeah, I know they're rookie numbers.
Did you hear Bonnie snort?
Well, I don't. You know, again, I don't think
200. I tried to pump the brakes and failed spectacularly.
quite as long, but
yep.
But no, anytime I run the math and how many decades it's going to take me to finish everything here.
Yep.
So hopefully this year is a lot of gatherings and bottle shares, and can just there's a lot of bottles that I picked up that are good, but when I drink, you know, for as little as I actually drink, if when I drink, I don't want to just drink good.
Yep. I don't know. I'm just annoyed how much of a Willet whore I'm becoming.
You know, after you guys started talking about Willet, I poured the only Willet I've got, which is the basic
rye.
The basic bitch 4-year rye. I've never tried the bourbon.
Try the. See, most people say they're best at their rye. I think their bourbon is.
Yeah, I've never tried any. I've seen
No,
Johnny
the
Drum.
thing is, it's not like anyone else.
And I think I asked.
But the weirdest thing is they can contract distill it with other people, and it still has their funk.
Wow, that is.
It still has their flavor profile.
Well, I mean, if they're contract distilling, are they then using their own yeast strains?
It must be their yeast, and then when they're going in their rick house, they do literally have hams hanging in their rick house.
That
There's
might have
meat
something to do with it.
hanging in there.
They also have some rick houses that are missing the outside walls. They're just open to the outside
Well,
air.
that's interesting.
And they do seem to have more distillery caps than most places I've gone to.
Mhm.
Just who knows what the actual factor is, but combined,
And it just makes no sense. They'll sell their barrels to other people to sell for a reasonable price, but they won't sell them for a reasonable price themselves. It just doesn't make any sense.
unless the ones that they're
Donald.
selling off aren't enough of their profile.
If Jim looks like a product of Prince of Madonna, then the plastic surgeon took mushrooms and got it wrong. Hi, Jim. I need a purple top costume for Halloween. This Glen Breton tastes like grapefruit gummies that have some lemon zest and raw honey, followed by a banana bread note. Donald, you want to grab me one of them? Hit
That
the
does
brakes at
sound good.
200. I wish I had. But me and Pippi Longstocking, what would the children look like?
No.
They'd look funky.
And as far as Driftless Glen goes, that's all over the place here. It sits. The rye.
Really?
the bourbon-
Driftless is available in Mass? I
Yeah.
didn't know
I
that.
can get the rye, get the bourbon. I've seen bourbon picks. I've seen one store, the store that I did the recon for you for that has a weeded pick. I didn't know Driftless did a weeded bourbon.
Yeah, they just recently came out with some of those.
Yeah, it sits in, at least in Total Wine here. It sits here too. Yeah.
I mean, like anything, if you're gonna do a pick, go ahead and keep saying no until you find something really special, and then when you do that, we have moved ours. But yeah, I'm with you in that I go into places and do see them stacked up a bit. But I mean, it's just
The picks.
They're just, again,
Live
it's
in the
just
shelf.
another distillery that's an absolute flavor bomb.
Port finish Driftless.
Which is why I'm dying to try some of those hazmat weeders you got. Because that shit ain't distributed here either.
yeah. Well, our group probably snapped up a couple barrels that will ever be in terms of hitting hazmat and such. And they're at this point they're pretty much gone. I mean,
I'm just saying, I didn't know the stream could get many more gorgeous. But at the same time, I didn't know this man had a different uniform. I barely recognize him. Danny, we hear you.
Will he fit in with the rest of the graybeards here? Or?
No, this man, this is a beautiful man. This is a legend of Whiskey Tube, one of the most generous people in Whiskey Tube. Would literally give you the white T-shirt off his back, and he might have given somebody the white T-shirt off his back. Because here he is. Whoa. Come on, that was a great intro.
Cheers, guys. Perfect
Cheers.
timing. My little one, I think, wakes up as soon as I hop in here.
That's
Give
good.
me one quick second. Sorry.
That's all good, brother. She's awesome. We met Darrell's little one.
You think you want some more food?
I don't know how much to do.
Almost the whole bowl, which was 2 packets, right?
I don't know. Maybe he does.
I think we can still talk while he's gone, but
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out what the little fluff ball over here wants.
no, I was talking with Jim and
Come here, Danny.
DMC here.
Just don't let him kick over the samples.
Yep. This is Danny. He's a butt. Oh, he's trying to karate kick bottles over here.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, all good. What's up, Darrell?
Not much. How are you guys?
I'm dealing with a butthead right here.
Doing well.
Gary, what's up, buddy?
So I got to rewatch because I was doing a blind with. So how was it last night? I had you on mute, so I didn't actually see what you guys drank.
It was good, man. I made one mistake that pretty much, actually not even that. Well, actually, here it was. I didn't sip water between what I knew was either a Scotch or an Irish whiskey. Then when I went to sample C, it threw the proof for me way out of whack, right?
Oh yeah,
so
that'll do that.
Me and Kelsey both thought it was like 120. It was like 100. And I'm like usually spot on with proof. So that screwed me. And I said Scotch instead of Irish. But I think if I had the proof, because I was only like 5 points away from first. I think Jack was like 3. I think it was like 15, 17, 20 or something like that.
You guys were close. I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, just that small error, man, because on the nose, I got every single, the first 4 questions, I nailed all 4. And it was just those last 2. I believe it was 2 or 3 questions. I just got 2 of them wrong. So I literally, those are the only 2 things I got wrong. I was like, God dang it.
Ernie says, hi, Bonnie.
Hi, Ernie.
Hi, Bonnie.
All the little details you know for next time.
What this little pain in the neck wants. Can't tell if he wants more
Does he have
food
water?
or a third walk. I mean, he does. I'll throw some ice.
What are you sipping on tonight, Darrell? And
Make
you
sure
too,
it's
Jim.
topped off.
What are you
Maybe
sipping
wants
on?
water.
Well,
Um,
earlier.
Oh, yeah,
right now,
Willet.
on this,
Okay.
Basic Willet 4-year demonstration.
change
That's
before I
talking
do
about Willet, so I pulled this out.
You want to know something funny? I own a couple bottles of that. I've never tasted Willet 4-year rye. I've had older. I've actually never tasted Willet 4-year rye. I probably should do that. Because if Matt watches this and sees that I know Willet upside down and backwards, there's no way he's going to put Willet in my samples. But maybe he'll put Willet rye in it because I've never tasted it. I've gotten to taste a 9-year. I've gotten to taste a 7-year. I think I even got to taste like a 14-year or something like that, like a little sip of it, but not. I don't think I've ever actually had the regular 4-year.
4-year what?
Willet rye.
Oh,
And you know,
yeah, I gave that away.
I have bottles of it. I've just never done it.
this bottle is a perfect example of the industry catching up with demand, because when I first got into whiskey, you couldn't find this bottle around here. It would disappear as soon as it showed up. And now,
Yeah.
like, 3 or 4 stores, it's there. No one's buying it.
Yeah.
Like they've
That's on the shelf here, too.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard, John. That it's dill.
Yeah.
Well, probably now that there's like 50 other brands out there.
We're probably doing it better.
Well, that's possibly that as well. But
I mean, this is a bad. I think we had better rye.
Yeah, there's definitely some better eyes.
In a million years, they still wouldn't call this MGP. Freaking old elk.
you know,
The old elk, yeah.
my Willet 4-year rye was one of my earlier bottles, and I enjoyed it and put a pretty good dent in it. And then it, brought home other stuff, and all of a sudden it just started gathering dust.
Yep.
That's how it is with a lot of the stuff I have.
Cheers.
A lot of
guys.
good stuff. I'll get to it.
I was going to drink other stuff tonight, but now I'm just drinking. Of course, David sent 2-ounce samples, so I got to get through these.
But Knob Creek
You're
pick.
a rye girl.
You asked me a question earlier. Yeah, it's almost 15 year. I was hanging with Adam, like Dramhound, if you guys are familiar with him.
Of course, the man, the myth, the legend that created the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I drove down to his place. He's like 40 minutes away. So I had some good pours. He's a slick guy too, man. So we cracked open the new Parkers. I brought a box. The Parkers Heritage. But I brought a box with like 6 bottles in it, and I took up each spot, and I had I brought over the Seed Dully because he was asking. I just told him to give me like a list of like 5 bottles that he's been wanting to try, and he said Heaven Hill 27, then just a bunch of M&J picks. So the closest I had to that Heaven Hill is the 24-year-old pre-fire cash strength, just like that, just obviously a couple years younger.
Right.
But yeah, threw that box on top of my box. I was like, I'm packing up stuff, man, and I'm like, wait, why can't I fit what I brought inside this damn box? This sneaky butt, like, put the freaking Parkers in there, and I caught it
A sample or the whole bottle?
The whole bottle, dude. We cracked it. Put the whole bottle in the box. I gave it back to him. I'm like, no. He's like, you sure? And I'm like, dude, like, I'm gonna get one anyway. You know, I'm not gonna take the bottle. Like, we literally cracked it together. I'm like, you know, you're up the road, man. I can always get more if I need it. Like, he threw it in the box. I was sitting there. I'm like, why can't I fit all the bottles that I brought? So I started pulling them each one by one, and I seen the tank in there.
I would like to meet him because he's really on the DL of Whiskey Tube, but he's like one of the OG mods. He's an OG. And,
he's a good dude.
And a lot of people don't even know him anymore because he really keeps like a low profile at this point.
I was so glad that he went to Pours in the Park that I was able to.
Oh, he did? You got to
meet him and, you know, sat down for like a good 10, 20 minutes with him and, you know, just, but I know he's just.
So for anybody who doesn't know, a lot of the mods on Whiskey Tube use a spreadsheet for all the giveaways, and Dramhound created that. And it was originally used exclusively by the Bourbon Wrench. And then he shared it with his wrench crew. So yeah, Dramhound is a legend of Whiskey Tube. But he keeps a very low profile. Like, you rarely see him in chats anymore, anything. What?
That is some epic text-to-speech autocorrect fails. Look at what's on red.
Alex Briere. I'll be massaging you once my stuff comes in.
Spectacular.
That's a little wow up over the border of the north. We got a little nasty time going on in Canada.
I like how John Grins like spell check Donald just like text to speech and John is like, okay.
So Ernie, I did at Ernie's at the spot where Ernie is known. I got the Willet Borai.
Huh. So that's a black.
Which ironically I've never cracked.
You get a lot of
that's
never cracked.
We'll crack it this trip.
You talked me into it.
Yeah, he tucked it away, man. He tried to get me. I would have got home and I would have been slightly upset. Like, I don't. Like, it's an expensive bottle. No, I didn't get one yet, but I'm gonna trade my old Fitz 19 for that and some other stuff.
Never mind. What happened to Canada stays in Canada?
Yeah, I see. I won't enjoy that as much as I would enjoy probably that Parkers, which I love.
I mean, I got the Parkers, but I overpaid for it.
Yeah, so did he. And that was another reason why
I overpaid. And the thing is that it bothers me when Parkers are marked up because it is a charity bottle.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't pay attention to that. For anybody who doesn't know, every bottle of Parkers, a significant amount of the profits of that bottle goes to ALS research.
Oh.
Because Parker Beam passed away and suffered from ALS. So it's one of the things is it really bothers me when that bottle is marked up over MSRP. Because I'll say, like, are you going to give the rest of the money to ALS research? I'll buy it.
That's what people were trying to do with that Four Roses charity pick like a few months back. They were getting pissed.
But I'm okay with that. You know what? If you want to give the money to, to charity. So I paid $350.
Oh, geez, that's
But it still bothers me that it's over. Because it's a charity bottle. At least a portion of the extra I paid should go to charity. That's the way.
I get it. That wasn't a bad price though.
Exactly. I couldn't say no at that price.
Yeah. And it's great, man. Like, we cracked it. It was a neck pour, but I had like one Jack Parker's, and that was that orange curacao one.
Where's Jaden?
Jaden's in his room, baby. But other than that, they were all pretty good.
So how does that one rate to you? As for the Parkers you've had?
And you can answer that too, Gary.
I mean,
I muted myself.
What do you think of it, Gary?
Oh, I love it. I was going to say earlier, my probably one of my whiskey buying mistakes is when the heavy char bourbon first came out. Was at a shop that had it for like $230, $240, something like that, and hadn't really heard anything on it, and ended up passing on it. Just like I was going down so often to Kentucky to the gift shop, I figured I'd have a chance to pick it up there, and yeah, that's one of those regret. It's like, yeah, I should have bought it.
So what did you end up doing instead?
Well, I mean, it was at a store out in Illinois, and I just, passed on it and continued on my way.
Well, you have it now, so you got it somehow.
Oh no, this was a couple years ago. The heavy char bourbon.
Oh, I passed on the heavy char bourbon at $252. I'm like, it's too much money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after having
a
bottle,
yeah,
I really
I'll
wish
give
I
it
would have
many
bought it
times.
back then. But no, I love this one.
I passed on it. I turned other people onto it that really wanted it for $250, and I told them where to go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the level of idiot I am.
I was lucky enough to get this one for basically retail. It was at one of the stores that the group's done some work with, and I've bought a fair amount of other bottles from, so it was sort of a reward purchase.
I mean, the same store that hooked me up with, it's a hookup because it's way under secondary, but it's still high.
Right.
They also just gave me a 2021 Four Roses LE. And when I say gave, it was $199. But I mean,
21 or the new 22?
21 just dropped here for the first time.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Mine's a 20. Yeah, mine's a newer one, the newest one.
Well, then we should. Do you have a 21?
No, I got 22.
Okay, we should do a little swap then.
I got you. Can make it happen.
And the moose did slip in the back door and said, "What happens in Canada stays in Canada."
Keep reading down; it gets better.
Hey, Canadian secret rituals are not for the world to know.
Jeez.
But the double barrel is quite desserty.
I haven't cracked it yet. For me, that's one of those bottles I don't want to crack, alone.
You're not alone. You got Bonnie behind you.
That don't count.
Well, I'm sorry, but Parker's is a special occasion bottle. It really is.
I crack everything.
Yeah.
I know you do. You're crazy. Well, my thing is, I crack everything too. I have over 400 cracked bottles. It's not like I don't have. It's not like I crack bottles. It's just I buy faster than I crack.
See, for me, the special occasion was like Maureen and I had an evening that like neither of us had to go to bed because we have to get up at like 4 a.m. So that was our
special occasion. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's got. I feel like that's something that deserves something special. Did he eat another pack of food?
I think you should just crack it.
If I'm gonna crack something first, it's gonna be that Four Roses LE, because I've never owned a Four Roses LE. That's my first one ever.
I can magically spin the wheel to fresh crack up there.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm still working my way through these samples, because the guy sends me 2 ounces for a blind. Just because he's a fucking legend like that.
As well.
Yeah, so that doesn't mean you have to kill him right now. You pour half of him for the blind, and you put the other half aside and come back.
Jim, too late. Too late.
Because inevitably what happens is you'll come back to the second half and you'll either go, I still don't
But I'm
get
enjoying
it.
them too. Right now, I'm drinking through. I gave Bonnie some of it, and I'm drinking through his Ezra Brooks pick.
Fair enough. I'm saying that's what I would do, because I like to come back to him and go, okay, does this make sense now, or am I still scratching my head?
Hey, I think I scored pretty goddamn well. I called a bottle.
You did.
That
you
was
did
crazy.
I'm not saying you did.
What was the total score, Ben? I was watching like the reveals and all that. Did you calculate it?
That would be referred.
Well, yeah, it was 17, but I mean, my scoring system doesn't necessarily match anybody else's.
Yeah. Right? No, but that's
17
Yeah.
points and called a bottle and completely whiffed on one of the samples. Like 0 points on one of the samples. Out of 3 samples, got 17 points.
Yeah.
Did
I
he
was
nail
going
a
in
couple?
for
Nailed a
yesterday,
couple
Joe.
proofs. Nailed a bottle.
I mean, I'm I got it. I'm happy with that showing. I have to be happy with that showing. Because if you want to be better than that, then you got to be doing this all the time. And I don't do that.
Yeah. You okay with me?
I'm trying so hard not to crack up during this serious discussion.
That was
Why are you
talking about the Parkers, and they're making Y tracks in the chat about Canadian secret rituals and massaging, and I'm just trying not to fall out of my chair. But you guys are having this serious discussion. I don't want to be a dick.
What's the matter with you? Did you put your ear in their water?
He might have.
You're weird. Hey, what's up, Bill? B. Bowers in the house. We got an intro to Bill last week. What's going on?
I'm glad we know that you got a dog there, Ben. Otherwise, that last question was going to be a little bit disturbing.
John Kranz got a. So I know where the heavy char rye is right now, but they want foreign change for it.
This shit.
Why?
It's falling into my lap and like
Yeah,
staring.
maybe he just wants to be in your lap. I mean, it wouldn't be the first boy. And we have Jim full on face palm. Cheers, Eric. How's it going, man? Do what?
Do it now.
Complete time.
Put him in his. Wait, is it downstairs? Is it downstairs? The walker?
What do you want me to do, Ernie?
I think he's telling you the crackhead the Parkers, the Four Roses LE.
I kind of want that on a fresh palate.
All right, Danny.
Yeah,
Make it up exclusive, Ben.
Oh, well, that's actually a better one. If you're
Hang on,
already-
we got cuteness on the
ounces
screen
in.
right now.
Hey, woke up. You want to say hi before I bring you downstairs?
Daddy.
What's up, beautiful?
There you go.
How you doing?
The little guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this stream is not made for children.
An 18 plus stream.
How old is she now, Daryl?
He is 8 months.
Wait, that
My youngest. Well, no, not my youngest, but we have a
wait,
one
you
and a
had
half.
another one that was down already? Oh, that was the one that was downstairs. He was downstairs.
Yeah. You met the tiny one.
I was thinking of the next one that was running all over the place making cake.
Yeah. My demon child.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was another one. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
You getting it in.
Done.
Done deal? You've had it?
Done.
Shops closed?
We were done the last baby, and yeah, don't know how it happened. Took all the precautions, did the surgery.
You need me to explain this in South Park terms. When a man loves a woman and a woman loves a man.
Craziness.
Caressing each other's bodies.
We gotta go grab your little walker.
I was waiting for Darrell to cover the kid's ears, like, nah, you're not old enough for this.
He's like, I don't know what's
children. Let me explain to you how to.
We got chocolate.
Chef, they said you were kissing. You were the one kissing my mom at the fun dance, you know?
Oh, children. Nah, you children not made from kissing. Let me explain to you how this is going. How this goes down.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that is from Cartman's Mom is a Dirty Slut, Part 1.
Whoa.
Jeez Louise.
It might have just been on replay last night. That's why it's fresh in my head.
Not to be confused with the episode when Cartman's mom was on the cover of Crack Hole magazine.
South Park.
Or the one where my mom was in the Shiza video.
Went over.
Hey, Mom.
Mm.
I just had a mental image of Derek Patton doing chef.
But Donald, you're up in Canada. You guys make babies weird ways, you know. You like gotta like send up smoke signals, and then you like you do some weird shit, you know.
Canada, the Canadian geese have to drop your baby down a chimney.
All right. I'm just gonna step away really quick so I can go grab
All right,
this.
brother.
I'll be right back. So he
No
doesn't get
problem.
restless.
You know, I like this bottle. I think this is a perfectly serviceable budget pour. And if I had never had the Redwood Empire American Whiskey Batch 2,
Jim, please pour some of that into a sample bottle for me.
I'll do that tonight.
Thank you.
And if I hadn't had the Redwood Empire American Whiskey Batch 2, which I will also give you a sample of, Ben,
I have it.
The American Whiskey Batch 2?
Yeah, I have 1 and 2.
Yeah, so do I. I still think that because American Whiskey Batch 2 blows this clear out of the water. It's like, why did you pick this blend over that? What the hell?
Interesting. You think the 2 blend blows that out of the water? Interesting.
I love 2. That is a fantastic variety. This is okay, but it's clear that they dialed it back quite a bit to make it more.
The original whiskey stocks, they probably had some older MGP to play around with on the first ones, and then when they probably went bigger distribution, had to dial back what they were putting into it.
True.
Yeah, I've got the batch one here.
The batch one's okay.
I've yet to crack it, but I mean, I ended up finding it for like $33 at it, like
If
the
you
same
want
price
batch
as
two,
those releases.
I do know places that still have both batch 1 and batch 2 on the shelf. If anybody wants them.
Donald Rance. Yeah, I was dropped down a chimney at the right time by a cobra chicken after my parents summoned the beavers.
Well, Dad checked out the beaver spirit. That's all I'm saying. Found. I like this Rebel pick, dude. You did well.
Ezra Brooks.
It's Ezra.
There's something wrong with this sample bottle.
Too small.
Or just right. It depends on how you look at it.
Well, Ben, if you really want Rebel, you can have this thing.
What the hell is that?
I'm showing
Kentucky's Best. It's a Trader Joe's special.
Yeah.
I've never seen this.
It's a private label from Trader Joe's, and it is based on everything that's on here, the Lux Row, and the fact that it says on the front here that that's not going to focus. It says a
4-year wheated whiskey,
a smooth wheated
so,
bourbon. It's private label 80 proof Rebel.
So
It's
Trader
crap.
Joe's
Wheated bourbon,
follows
yeah.
the rules in New York, just like Total Wine does. And there's actually only one Trader Joe's liquor store I know of, and it's in Manhattan. And it's a son of a bitch to go to. I
only know
remember
one year.
Bonnie and I did it like 15 years ago when we wanted to try $2 Chuck, the $2 wine.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think we've been back since. I've driven by it. What
I
is
don't
your
blame you. It's in
problem, dude?
Manhattan. I might actually have to have a pour just to see if it's.
I have a bottle of that, Jim. I was disappointed because first off, I'm not a big fan of the Rebel 80 proof. I like the Rebel 100.
I've ever had.
Are you happy with your pick?
Oh yeah. I love Rebel 100 and the cast drink's great, but just the 80 proof I'm not a huge fan of.
There's not
I
many
gotta
80 proofs.
I got to get my buddy Greg to come on one of these days. He's actually one of the two major influences in getting me started in bourbon. Him and Tony Two Toes were the two people who really helped push me into bourbon. And I thought you might have met Greg, or at least one of the nights. But it doesn't matter. He loves Rebel, and the funny thing is he loves Blanton's. Like that's his
Blanton?
OG drink. But he's been drinking Blanton since like the 90s. You know what I mean? He grew up in Louisville. He grew up on it. You know what I mean? Like that was, it was a good pour back then. He loved Blanton's because he drank it. It was his drink 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
It was cheaper and probably a couple of years older back then.
Exactly. So it's nostalgic. It's memories. It's it's not. He's not Tater at all, but I still break his balls. But I'll also anytime he's low, if I can get a store pick or something, I hook him up with it. I think I brought him one or two last year. Because that's different. He grew up in Louisville. He's been drinking bourbon his whole life, and he had never been on a pick. So that's why, we took him on a Lux Row pick. And it was just bizarre to me that the New Yorker was taking him on his first pick, even though he grew up in Kentucky. But I did that for two guys on one trip. It was pretty cool. Were you in Kentucky your whole life, David?
Yeah, born and raised here in Louisville. I lived in Lexington for like 8 years, right out of college.
But you've been in Kentucky your whole life.
Yeah, been in Kentucky my whole life. But
I still help break your cherry. Granted, it was with a rye, but it was a tasty ass rye, except for that one sample.
Which sample was that?
I think it was sample one.
Oh,
the one where
the actual pick. Yeah.
The one where what do you call? I always forget her name. It starts with a C. Hang on, I don't forget her name, but it's like it's a very unusual name.
Those dogs.
What is it? The woman who runs the pick program.
Yeah,
I
know.
Picture her face right now. Her name starts with a C. She's awesome, but I can't pull her name out of my hat right now. Anyway, she tastes it. She's like, I'm taking. We were all like, what sample is out? And we're all like, this
Crayola.
Crayola. That's it. You're right. Yep. There you go. Pulled it out.
That's a whole name.
Yeah. Because it's a very unusual name. Obviously, it has its base in Creole, but it doesn't. For some reason, sometimes it doesn't stick in my head, which is weird with my memory. And she's freaking awesome too. When we all pushed it out, she's like, "I got to try it." And she tried it, and she pulled it out of the pick program. She's like, "No, this is getting blended. This sucks." It was terrible. All the others were good. We could have picked any of them, but that one was horrendous.
They were hoping you picked that one.
What's up, Dan?
Probably was.
Dogs.
Cheers, Dan.
So having poured this again, this is the kind of bottle that pisses me off because the nose is fine. The nose, it's not anything spectacular. But you nose it and go, this should be fine. And then you drink it and you're like, what is that funk? What did you do to this?
It's still not as bad as the roulette rye.
No, it's not. Oh God, no. I can't. How did they? That bottle is a spectacular example of how MGP rye can go horribly wrong. It's like, did somebody vomit in the still? What the hell?
Jeez.
Yeah, the most disappointing thing to that bottle to me, Jim, that the Lux Rowan there, was that when I got over there to buy it, I was thinking it was going to be a lot cheaper than just the regular Rebel bottle. But a Rebel is so cheap here in Kentucky. It's like, I think it might have even been more expensive than buying
Actually,
a Rebel.
you want to know what's funny? I know where there's and it's actually in Connecticut. I know where they still have the old, wine bottle Rebel 80 proofs, the Rebel Yell 80 proofs that are in, the old tall wine bottle. I still know where there's some of them sitting for, $20.
Jeez.
It's actually like third-hand whiskey because I believe Rebel is not actually Lux Row.
It's Heaven Hill.
Sourcing from Heaven Hill.
Well, it was.
Well,
now
the
they're
young
doing
stuff
their own.
is Lux Row. I mean, yeah.
The very new stuff.
This is the 4-year-old.
My pick. This is Lux Row distillate. The pick I did. So.
I don't think I've had any of the
And-
Lux Row distillate as
and-
a rebel yet.
And I'm pretty sure that this is Heaven Hill, not Lux Row, because it says distilled and aged in Kentucky, bottled from Lux Row distillers. So they didn't even bottle this. So I'm pretty sure this is Heaven Hill, which makes it even more disappointing.
They didn't say they distilled it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get acquainted with this D right now. This weeded bourbon.
Yeah, that roulette. You know,
I'm trying
I've
to
heard-
implant it in the brain.
Yeah.
Well, at least you remember what it was that time.
Progress.
Okay, Donald. Thanks for that visual. I think I need to go scrub my brain.
I'm making multiple boxes of Kleenex after this pour. My apartment's going to look like a failed origami festival shortly. So what Donald is saying is this pour is making him feel like Randy Marsh.
And, you know, to his credit, it is a really good bottle that he just poured. But I'm not going to say what it was because he'll hunt me down and kill me.
So
Is he gonna get attacked by a
this is the
ghost?
visual that Donald Rance is giving, that this pour is making him feel like. No, I don't want to do slides.
Yeah, that roulette. You know, I've heard people talk about, you know, getting cereal. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Man.
That's Donald Rance right now.
Ugh. Okay, now I really do need to get drunk. Time for something high proof.
B. Bowers cracking a 5-year. Clyde Mays pick. What's up, Bill? Going a little MGP. Have him right there.
Yeah, that roulette rye. You know, I've heard people describe you getting like a cereal and grain notes on whiskey. That was like somebody dumped Cheerios into 95.5 MGP.
I only have one thing to say about the bottle, and that's fuck that bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody ever sees this bottle from Proof and Wood, 95.5 MGP, 4 years old. It's only $20. Leave it on the fucking shelf.
I think I paid $28. It's like you would think, you know, less than $30.
Leave it on the
4-year-old
shelf.
100 proof MGP.
Forget you saw it. Walk right by. Do not buy it. This is probably one of the cheapest and highest regret bottles I own.
Yeah, I drain poured mine because I'm like, I'm not pouring that again. I'm not wasting my time on it.
I'm keeping it because people aren't going to believe me and they're going to get samples of it.
There you go. That's what I should have done. That'd have been fun just watching. What the hell?
It is fucking terrible. Like, I don't know. It's like they took MGP rye and filtered it through a gym sock. It's just terrible. Maybe through a jock strap. I mean, it's fucking terrible.
It takes talent to ruin that.
Yeah, it takes talent to ruin 95.5 MGP.
I mean, like I said, it's like someone.
Yeah.
Ben
I
does a
call this
draft-
Russian. I call this
someone
Russian
poured it in
roulette.
Cheerios.
What's
They
the
call
proof
this
point on it?
roulette rye. I call this
100
Russian
proof.
roulette rye.
100 proof MGP 95.5.
It literally says right on the front: 95% rye, 5% barley, 4 years old, 100 proof, distilled in Indiana.
It's almost like there was something wrong with the barley they used.
It's almost like they poured it through somebody's nutsack. And it's horrible.
They didn't bother cutting the heads or the tails out of it. They just
I
ran
think so.
everything into the barrel.
I don't know what
And
they
then foisted
did.
the barrels on proof and wood.
It's one of the worst whiskeys I own.
I'll be right back.
Oh shit. My local Ben, you've been to them Yankee, or I think you visited them.
Yeah.
Just posted this picture. Let me see if it can focus.
Yellow Rose.
$9.99 Yellow Rose rye and premium American whiskey. $9.99. Like,
I mean,
dude, I'm
for
like,
$10,
I'm almost tempted just to freaking try
for
it.
$10, how do you not take a swing to just see what it tastes like?
Literally,
I mean, that's less than
Worst case, I'd be throwing some
that's less
coke in it.
than you'd pay for a basic pour at a bar.
Yeah, and it's a $7.50. I'm like, holy, $9.99. He's like, yeah, that's not a typo. It's like, holy crap.
I'm not sure what good could come
No
from
brainer.
actually buying that. I mean, best case scenario, it's palatable.
Yeah.
In all
Worst case, I
likelihood,
got Coke. I got a lot of Coca-Cola, man. I love whiskey and Coke, so
yeah.
I'll find a way to drink it.
Or if you
Or-
need an
And you
accelerant
stuff it- and you
for
stuff it in blinds to screw with people.
fire outside.
Yeah. Just waiting on some
What
New
bottle
Holland.
is $90 New Zealand fast?
I was at the store today and I did ask about that, and he's like, no, the handful of extra bottles he had, he sold them for like $150 to his better customers.
That's so
Better
crazy.
bottles of what?
Yellow Rose?
The best rye ever,
Huh.
in my opinion. Well, the best rye I've ever had.
Tell him I fucking hate him, Gary.
This
I want
was
to try those so bad.
it's a 5-year rye.
I want to try this New Holland stuff so bad because they remind me so much of Kings County.
But it was aged in a 5-gallon barrel.
Yeah, exactly. They remind me of Kings County. Crazy small barrel,
Yeah.
Huh.
long time.
And then I don't know if you can see the color on it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dark.
Wow.
Yeah, that bottle is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. Sampled a
You
fair
have
amount of it
one?
out.
No, I had a sample of it, and it freaking blew my mind.
I'm working
Yeah,
on
I need to try some
it.
of
With
that.
now it's focused.
Oh, that
Yeah,
looks
Clyde,
like one
Clyde
of
May's
my
13.
It is.
No, 11. Clyde May's 11.
Yeah, that's a bourbon sample I decided to kill since Bill was mentioning.
Terrible- terrible
I that
whiskey,
sample
right?
earlier today. Let's kill that.
Terrible whiskey, right, Jim?
No, it's good.
The only regret I have on that whiskey is telling certain people in Whiskey Tube about it who suck. And basically claimed it as their own.
Amazing. how
Oh,
that can
okay, I know what
happen.
you're talking about.
Uh-huh. And named it Lawrence Taylor.
Yes. Yeah. The other thing I grabbed was this, which is proof in wood doing things correctly.
Real The Stranger?
I didn't name it.
Or do you sit on your hand and drink it while
knew
your
that
hand's
was
still
coming.
tingling?
I knew that was coming.
Is it good?
Yeah.
What makes the wood Polish? Did they cut it down by accident? I mean,
This rye was still
This-
100% rye.
This is not bad
distilled in
proof of wood
Poland.
right here.
Senator.
Oh, yeah, the senator.
Is that a pick?
No.
I have a Senator 6-year pick that's actually called Field of Burn, and it's Bernie Sanders
Oh,
in
dude.
front of the guy's store when he was all like up in the jacket and the mittens and everything at the inauguration.
Oh yeah, the meme.
Yeah.
With the gloves on. The knitted
That's what he
gloves.
called it. Field of Burn. BERN.
No, this is just a 6-year shelfer.
I tell you, when a guy sends you 8 ounces of whiskey as a sample, as a blind, you can get pretty wrecked on it. I'm just saying.
Well, imagine what. Who was it that sent you those other samples? Sent you 3 flights of 2-ounce samples.
There's your answer.
That's Eric Desmarius, and he's out of his fucking mind. Dude, I couldn't even figure it out. I'm like, he sent one blind in this giant box. 3 freaking blinds.
So, what is Polish whiskey, Jim? What's the definition?
Well, what it says on the back here is this rye was distilled from 100% rye in Poland and aged in the USA in ex-bourbon and ex-rye barrels, 10-barrel batch.
Interesting. Is it
It's
good?
8 years old. I think I paid 60-something for this.
Wow.
So it's 100%
I'm
rye.
still waiting on bated breath for you to go back to that store with that old backbone.
I I'll see what I can do on Saturday. I
No
didn't
big
get
deal,
there
dude.
today.
Wait, Saturday's tomorrow?
Next Saturday.
Oh, okay. No big deal. So when do you start window?
I was supposed to be on the window today, but my postmaster didn't set up a fucking till drawer for me.
A what for you?
A till. You know, like if you're working a register, it's a till, and you have a drawer that goes in the till.
You couldn't put a little sign that says credit card only?
No. No, that worked. Like I didn't have a drawer. Period.
So what? But having passed that now and being a like certified window or whatever, will that probably mean you'll probably end up with more normal hours?
No, I'm still gonna be doing the split shifts at least.
I mean long term, not short term.
Long term, yeah. Hopefully, that should result in me getting some hours that are certainly better than what I'm doing now.
Eventually, it'll be a day shift.
I mean, it's a day shift now. It's just it's split between 5:30 a.m. and 5 and 9 a.m.
Yeah.
and 1 and 5 p.m.
So basically, it'll probably be right now. You'll probably be doing like back stuff in the morning and then window in the afternoon.
Yeah. Back office distribution in the morning, and in the afternoon it'll be a combination.
I'm actually gonna have to talk to you, Jim, because believe it or not, my father was a huge stamp collector for many, many years.
Ah.
So like when the special edition stuff and all comes out, I'm gonna need you to snag it for him. Like he hasn't bought stuff in years, but like if you know something cool's coming out, I'm just gonna need you to snag it and send it to me.
Yeah.
I know it sounds prior to the fire. I've talked about it before. My family, the house I grew up in, had a major fire. My father has like albums of stamps like you wouldn't believe, taking up bookshelves of stamps. And stamps, like, they went so out of fashion, like nobody collects them anymore. They've gone down in value so much. They used to have so much value, but like he still loves them. Like even though he really, like, he'll say he's gonna sit down and go through stamps and stuff like that, he never does, but he still loves getting them. You know what I mean? And like there's so little that makes my pops happy. If like, you know, we could connect on that and make my pops happy, just like I did with JD.
Sure, I'll see what I can do.
You know, my pops is in his mid-70s. He's, you know, he saved God knows how many lives in his career, and like, you know, getting a little sentimental here and stuff, but you know, I don't know how, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, Donald throwing down the gauntlet at Darrell.
What's that?
Redbreast 27 is the cheapest by Darrell it is anywhere in the United States.
Yeah, I know Darrell loves 27, but it's horse piss.
I do.
Milton products, especially at the price.
Yeah, like it's expensive, but I think if you take the price out of the equation, it's good whiskey in my opinion. But you know, everybody's different. I thoroughly enjoy it. They got batch 4 actually at my local that I'll probably be picking up soon.
Yeah, this is good. This Clyde Mays, but I don't think I'd buy a bottle of it. Just because the burn on the finish is a little more than I.
Yeah, I didn't love that pick. It isn't worth $300 US. Well, $430 is the cheapest you can find it anywhere, because it's $600 most.
Mm.
I do got a decent amount of Darella stuff too, though. Not just Redbreast. I got their Gaelics that are really good. A few of those, but yeah, I do love me some Redbreast. How you doing, buddy? Oh, jeez, okay.
All right.
Ben, Gary's trying to show a bottle off there.
No, is he? Sorry, I'm a little DMC fucked up here. 45 days. Good luck with what's the C?
Great Lakes Whiskey Club.
Oh,
No.
I'm not even fucking close.
So this is one that picked with Klein and Zerk down at NBC last month.
Don't tempt me, Big Vic.
Vic, I'll be sending everybody over. I told you that. We're just still a little hammered over here. Yeah, he's doing a giveaway of a JD twice barreled and something else. He's doing a big giveaway this week, and I'm doing a big giveaway next week because I need a new camera because this thing's pissing me the fuck off.
What are you using? It looks good though.
It looks amazing, but it turns off every 15 to 19 minutes. And
Was it
there's
overheating?
No, it's some bug in the firmware that it just keeps resetting, and I have to restart it. And even if I use their drivers every 15 minutes, it restarts.
Oh
And
shit! Okay.
it's just really annoying because other than that, the picture's great.
Yeah, no, it's really clear.
But that's why every once in a while you'll see me freeze, or you'll see my, you'll see the well hung brother pop up.
Yeah.
And that's because the camera shuts down and I have to restart it. And I've tried every bug fix. I've tried every firmware. It's just inherent to this camera. So I'm actually looking at getting going from an SLR to a webcam. Big League Bourbon turned me onto it. That has artificial intelligence built into it. Like I can make a artificial intelligence webcam that's 4K that has like hand gestures built into it that'll like follow you. Like I can go like this and it'll zoom in. I can go like this and it'll zoom out. Like it's just really cool.
How much is that?
$300.
Oh, damn, that's cheap.
But it's a webcam. It's not a fancy camera. I'll shoot you what it is.
Is that one
frame rate's good? The video quality
multi-axis?
But it's just infuriating to constantly have to restart it. I've even tried scripting the restart, and it just doesn't play nice. And it's just
I went out and bought a camera a couple months ago. Maybe like 2 months ago.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna do a giveaway to from the new camera.
Yeah, nice.
I'll pull something crazy. Right now I'm thinking a Weller 12 should do the deal, but we'll see. I haven't fully decided yet.
Let me know when the stream is.
He's like, Taterade. What?
Taterade. I got bottles.
I'm thinking next week, so we'll see.
Nah.
I know you do. That's why I introduced you as a fucking legend. Because you are. Dude finds out I'm within an hour. He's like, you're coming over. I'm like, you want to go get a drink? He's like, no, just come over. I'm like, I don't want to
you pull up on
come over.
Deathless Dan's page or his stream. That was the first time I was on there. And he's like, wait. Actually, no, it was not Klein. Adam, Whiskey Shits. He's like, wait. That's the Rels backdrop.
Yeah, that was hysterical. It was on Dan. It was on with Dan.
Yeah, Deathless Dan, but Adam was in there.
Yeah, for those that don't know, I popped up when I was at the Rels. We came on stream because he had the lights up on the TV screen he's got over here, right? And we jumped on with Dan, but I jumped on in his spot. So it just like broke people's brains. They're like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
It was funny.
Yeah, it was fun.
Oh shit! All right, I got drinking some 6-year Heaven Hill. I've never had it. Freaking Adam gave me the bottle when I was over there today. Like the white and green label.
What is it?
It's like a white and green label. Like it looks like it's
the 100 proof, the bottled and bond.
I thought it was 101. It could be 100 proof.
Yeah, it's 100. That's the discontinued Kentucky only. That's what they replaced with the green bottle, the 90 proofer.
Ah, gotcha. I'm drinking
Yeah,
it now. It's weird.
That's
It's weird on
that's
nose.
the OG sub $20 Heaven Hill drinker in Kentucky.
I wouldn't have guessed
David
Heaven
put
Hill.
back a
Nose.
number of those in his day.
Whoa. Okay.
Would I be
Yep.
wrong?
No, you would not be
What was
wrong.
that? I'm sorry.
That bottle was like the drinker bottle in Kentucky, a 6-year Heaven Hill bottle and bond for like $14.
Yeah, price point's crazy. It
Well,
just.
they discontinued it. Now they go for like $100.
Oh, geez, yeah. At that price point, I'll do the what is it? The 12-year Evan Williams.
Or you do
release?
the 7-year bottled and bond for $40.
Or
Mm.
50.
That's the thing. They stopped making the 6, released it as a 7, released it nationwide, and like tripled the price.
Yeah, that finally came to Michigan, and I think it's like 50 a bottle.
Some places are up to 60 here, but you can still find it for. By the way, Jim, I do have one for you. Remember I talked to you about
Yep.
that? I got one for you.
Awesome.
It's actually right here. This is Jim's bottle.
Just got to get it autographed before you send it.
I'll put my nuts on it just so it's a little sweeter. A little more onion.
Some tea notes, or at
There
least
you
tea bag notes.
Cheers, Donald. Yeah, we know you don't want to hang out with us. You're going to hang out with your old high school buddies. And Marty's hanging out in chat, but he don't want to hang out with us on screen. Even though he's got that cool backdrop now, he's got everything going on. Him and MC Squared Whiskey, him and Rob doing the thing. They got a nice thing going on. They got some cool swag too. Just saying. Don't everybody talk at once.
Try not
Sorry, I'm like partially muted because Little Man's being like a demon over here.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. I didn't even know Little Man was downstairs when we were there, right?
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know Little Man. That's right. I remember that. I remember that your mother. I think it was your mother-in-law was taking care of him because your wife was sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's 100% good now.
Yeah. Yep. She's straight. She had gallstones.
Yeah, and then she had a round, and then she had like leftover problems, and had to have like a second procedure, right?
Yeah, and literally just the week after her grandmother ended up getting
For
gallstones.
anyone who doesn't know, I have the best timing to show up anywhere. The absolute best.
You bring plague and pestilence with you?
The Bourbon matchmaker is in the house. Unless Matt has messaged me, I do not have my date yet. Which he might have, and I might not have seen it. He had asked me about one date, but Bonnie's relative had some major medical issues out in Arizona. So she's going to be flying out there, and I may or may not go with her. So he had asked me about like the first week, and I said, let me hold off on that because I may have to I may have to make this trip. So since then, I haven't really talked to him. Granted, for all I know, he might have thrown me on that week also. Anyway, but he hasn't said so. So I don't know yet, Bourbon Matchmaker, but cheers to you for dropping in here. I think it's your first time. I could be wrong. No, it's definitely not your first time. Maybe it's the first time under this name that you're here because you're already modded. So, cheers. You've definitely been here before. Maybe I was just a little drunk. Imagine that.
During the stream, I was pondering asking DMC if he heard anything about a particular shop in downtown Louisville, but I opted against that and just figured I'd let that go.
If you heard about what in downtown Louisville?
The goings on of a certain bottle shop there. But
I haven't heard any more than anybody else.
I've heard some things.
I mean, I've seen what I've read out of. I think it's the Lexington paper that like got the documents from the ABC, and then
Gary, I need to text you some. Do I have your? I should have your cell, right?
If you should have my cell. If not, you got the Facebook Messenger. But I mean, I've mostly tried to just stay out of the rumor mill of it. And
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I've got your.
I know they opened back up after like a week.
I'm
but
gonna
I don't
text
think they're
you
out of trouble. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not going to text you the rumor mill, but I am going to text you some things making fun of the rumor mill. Because that's what I do.
when it first went down, my phone blew up a little bit because my daughter had worked there for a while, but it's like this had nothing to do with she didn't work that side of it. She was basically working the bar or the register, and she left back at I think it was August. It was end of summer, and that would so she's like when I talked with her about it, she's like, yeah, I don't know anything about any of that. So
thank God.
Yeah. And then
how's she doing at the new place?
She is loving it. She only had to drink the 2019 celebration 2 weeks in a row, and I think she's up to like 4 or 5 times.
Can she do anything
M20.
on maybe getting people in or no on tours and stuff?
Not really. No,
okay.
It's pretty democratic in terms of how it runs.
All right, I'll talk to you.
Yeah,
because I want to see if I can set up the guys.
Yeah. I mean, I know the Legacy Tour is that once a month one that runs with either Dan.
Which I don't even know if it's when we're going to be there. But,
yeah. But no, it's going very well. There's something coming up in April. If all goes well, she might move into a different position there. But no, she is loving it there.
Because if nothing else, if we do it, I've never done the tour there.
Yeah,
I would want to do it with her if we can.
Oh, you definitely would. It is, I was actually when I was down there between Christmas and New Year's, they ended up kind of had an opening, and it was Blake Benson, myself, and her husband ended up jumping onto a tour with her, and it was a load of fun.
That must have been awful.
Yeah. we tried to play nice, we didn't.
Well, as you know, even if you're not in town, she's got an open invitation to come drink with us. I mean, I hope you will be in town, but let's just say this year's bar might make last year's look simple.
Well, I definitely bring a few things with me so I don't feel like such a leech on the festivity.
You learned how we roll last year. This year we might be going crazier. I mean, you know your buddy is very busy and may not be able to come, so we may not have the breadth of things.
Well, we certainly had the depth even independent of them, so.
Yeah, but the stuff we'll have is insane.
Well, I can throw some of those New Hollands in the bag along with some other fun stuff.
I'll put it this way: I know the auction price on what I'm bringing is close to $2,000.
Nice.
Because that's the only way you're getting it.
Yeah.
So, and there's many things coming like that.
Well,
We're going dusty this trip.
Well, barring other family events going on that prevent me from just fucking off on the weekend,
Of course.
I should be able to wander off.
Hi. You feel better? Danny just showed back up. He made And Bonnie. To take him out. Did he have to do all the things?
Of course.
At least he told us it didn't shit in the house. I mean, he's a butthead, but at least he's a good, a good butthead. Hi, buddy. So Rob just watched Elf.
Elf.
Well, I think he thought he was Elf. He went up on Daryl where the cats hang out. He didn't find any.
So are you guys getting on the game tomorrow, and for who?
Eagles all day.
I mean, we know Darrell, this man right here, is a major Eagles man.
Die hard, die hard. Can't wait for tomorrow.
Is that one of the new shirts for work for the
well, it's not a work shirt, but they gave it to us for a work event.
Yeah,
when we pushed the electric cars.
Promoting the electric action.
Yeah, they're not great. Well, the sedan's good. The SUV, not so much right now.
I'm from New York. I don't really care. And even if I was from New York, we don't have any teams here. They're all from Jersey, but I still don't care. Bourbon of the Week is in the house. Cheers, sir.
You know he's pulling for Philly.
In. Saying go Birds.
Yes, sir. With my loud little animal over here. All day.
Cheers, Chris.
The only reason I say Philly, and I hate that dump of a city, Fletcher Cup. He owns a radio car. So my buddy Rob, actually, how I met him is through the car scene. We both were big G-body guys back in the day. Before bourbon was my passion, before beer was my passion, my 1986 Monte Carlo SS was my passion. And that's how I met my buddy Rob here. He had a Monte, and then he went on to a Grand National. We're both big G-body guys. You might not believe it, but this guy's built a number of cars. And used to drag race a lot.
Built in a car. I can put some oil. In.
All right. I'm with Philly. All right.
Change your tire. There we go. Let's go Philly, man. I hope we spank them.
No, me and Rob done some serious car work. We built one of the first cars in the nation. One of the first Monte Carlos that was had a modern LS drivetrain in the nation, and then it got freaking wrecked. You know how everybody LS swaps everything? We did one of the first LS swaps into an '87 Monte Carlo LS, powder blue, and literally would it got out of the paint shop. Dude spent like 10. It was a buddy Tom. Spent like 10 grand on a paint job. Like, car was gorgeous and put God knows how much money in it. We put God knows how many hours in it. Full on frame off restoration, everything else. Literally like 10 miles on it out of the paint shop. Limo rear ends it at 30 miles an hour and totals it.
Oh my God.
We were working on it for like a year and a half, 2 years. I don't even know. Yeah, 2 weeks after. There you go. Yeah. See, LS swaps before LS swaps were a thing. For anybody who doesn't know, LS engines are the engines, the Chevy engines and the Camaro, the Corvette, and some of the trucks. And they're known for just, especially if you put a turbocharger to it, they make a ton of power. But this was a naturally aspirated one. But it was a stick shift 1987 Monte Carlo 6-speed. With a cam and heads and a whole ton of work in it. It was like 30 grand in this 1987 Monte. This was like 20 years ago when nobody was.
Yeah.
This was in like 2000. I think we did it around 2001, 2002. There you go. Yeah. 357 horsepower to the wheels, smoke in the clutch. Tuned everything. Literally. It had like less than 100 miles on it totaled.
It's crazy the amount of power.
And that was the last thing we ever built because it was like before that we had my buddy's 67 Firebird. But we were so disheartened and disgusted. We had all put so much work into this car and it just got destroyed.
All this car talk really makes me miss my straight six, 3-speed manual, 1974 Gremlin X.
Oh, little
That-
AMC action.
that-
Look at you.
That was a car.
Like
Like,
my
like
first car
technically,
was
by
a,
definition, it was a car. Legally, it was a car.
yeah, the AMC Gremlins. It was a Gremlin. My
Almost
first car
incorrectly.
was a 78 Dodge Slant 6. Oh, look at that Monty. Look at that Monty right there. There you go. With the torque thrust 2s and everything.
Does it look like yours?
No, that's a mid 70s one or late. That's like a 78, isn't it?
76 it says, but yeah.
76. Okay. The headlights threw me off. No, mine hang on. I'll pull a picture of mine up. Hang on.
Bug him.
What do you want? What's your problem?
And in case you were wondering, mine was a seafoam green.
Seafoam
was it?
green?
Seafoam green.
There you go. Nah, here's mine. There you go. And I do still own it. It's sitting in my parents'. I restored it and everything, and now the paint job's going to shit again. But here's mine. That's my Monty.
Nice.
And yes, I still own it to this day. Nice.
The Grand
Got
National
the
next
Corvette
week.
engine in it.
Yeah. That's my Monty right there.
Other him.
Does
Does it
that
still look
the
that good?
Corvette engine in that, Ben?
So the problem is it's been sitting for a number of years, and the sides still look that good. The top surface has gotten a little crappy and probably needs to be resprayed. But it gets down still this day. The problem is it was quick in its day. We built that car in 2001. You know what I mean? Nowadays it's slow by comparison. You know what I mean? It's like a low 13 high, second car, which nowadays is nothing. You can do that with a freaking a Honda Accord.
Yeah.
But 20 plus years ago, that was fucking rolling. I mean, it's loud, it's angry, 750 Holly double pumper, the whole nine,
Yeah. Order me some food.
Yeah.
But when it came to getting the chicks, it had nothing on that Gremlin X.
Yeah, you're not wrong. We went on to not streetcars. I mean,
Well,
that's true, but we never like broke our ass and we're spending night after night after night working on a car after that.
Yeah.
There
Gremlin-
you go.
that
See, Rob
Gremlin
said
X
that
just-
76 probably had the swivel seats in it.
That Gremlin X just screamed virginity, just right on down the road.
That's true. I have these mufflers on my Monty that they're the loudest fucking things you've ever heard in your life. They were. I had them taken off, and I actually have Blowmasters on it right now. I hate Flowmasters, but I had a little incident where the drive shaft popped, and the one time my car hooked off the line, it twisted the drive shaft into a pretzel, and that fucker launched, and I kinked the exhaust, I destroyed the mufflers, I destroyed one of the head gaskets, a whole mess of things, and then now I have Flowmasters on. I hate them, but they're we'll see. Hey, what's up, Bourbon Neophyte? What's up, Anthony? Cheers, you magnificent whiskey people. Sorry to go on the car tangent, but
No, that's fine.
Hey, what's up, man?
my first love, like
So many memories.
I know my VIN number by heart. I mean, that doesn't tell you love of a vehicle. I don't know what does.
I mean,
1G, 1GZ, 37, G7, GR, 110986. I mean, oh, he wants to play.
I won so many drags with people with that Gremlin X because they just pissed themselves laughing. They just sat there in their own wetness as I just headed on down the line.
Yep. Dude, the Porsche's never going to be done. For those who don't know, my buddy Rob here built a Porsche drag car out of a 944. like the worst Porsche ever made. Tubbed, 33-inch wheels, you know, the whole nine. Full-on drag car, built for like 6-7 seconds out of a 944 Porsche. Give me a toy. We'll see. I don't think
about the driver. They were built for like 6 or 7 seconds.
Go get it. There he goes. Zoom. Throw it up the stairs. He brought it back to you. And then he stepped on it himself.
Urban Neophyte, no, mine had a straight 6.
Bullshit.
I heard the V8s were nasty, though, in Gremlins. Like, those things actually seriously move.
No, he said he had a straight 6 in that AMC.
How would you even
The
shoehorn it?
Gremlins that had 8 cylinders were actually badass.
Yep.
Because it was basically an engine with 4 wheels.
Yeah.
Unlike a large engine, 4 wheels, nothing.
Up the steps.
Okay, well, it landed behind your bottle.
Oh my God. Such problems. Anyway, there's 17 people still watching. We've been live for 2 hours and 56 minutes. I think we'll shut this down to 3 hours on the dot and send everybody over to go hang out with Vic. He's doing a big giveaway tonight, including a twice-barreled Jack Daniels. I know I'm going to throw a couple into it.
I'm I cannot.
Yep.
It's pretty tasty.
6 and Dodge Dart Swinger.
No, you didn't. You had a slant 6 in your Dodge Dart Swinger.
That's true.
Known as the Leaning Tower of Power. Oh, shit. That's gone.
Bye-bye.
Wow.
What's with Danny's toys behind your shelves?
No, I just threw it into like an abyss.
Behind the couch.
Yep.
And he is not happy. I'll be right back.
Well, Ben throws out his back, moving the couch.
You're not kidding.
And I got
Using 401k, he's drinking some Dickel Barrel Select. Yeah. Works for you.
Should I turn on the lights for you to do this?
If it's all the way back there, it doesn't matter.
I'm
kind of hoping it's stuck.
Yes, Ernie, you can go inside now.
Yes, Ernie, go inside before you get.
Please go inside.
How might we even get there?
Yeah, this Polish rye's pretty good. It kind of reminds me of the Jack Daniels single barrel rye a little bit. It's got a lot of those same notes.
Did you see it?
It's not quite as sweet as that. That one is though. Oh Jesus!
What are you drinking, Jim?
Yeah, right next to the bookcase.
The proof. Hey, let me put the glass down where I make a mess.
Oh, was that the Polish one that you had up earlier?
Yep. Sip it on that.
No. I'm trying to get it down.
105 proof, 8-year-old.
I have longer arms.
Everything.
Nice.
Wow! I got it.
Don't kill yourself.
Well, I'm going to go back to my JD triple mash. So.
I actually have the handy. I was thinking about pouring it, but now I've gone way beyond it and proof. I don't know if I want to drop all the way down there to get to it. Actually,
I had mixed feelings on that, JD. That one threw me for a loop.
I like it pretty good. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's pretty good.
I preferred the bonded one over that one when they released them.
Yeah, I mean that's a solid pour. I mean, just the maltiness in this just comes through a little bit. I like that. I haven't had the twice barreled, which is fully malted, right? So
yeah, that bottle is fantastic. Like, have you ever had like I used to get it at the movie theaters a lot, but the Whopper candy, the little chocolate malted balls.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me so much of that on a palate. It's so good. It's literally like just chocolate maltiness. It's proof is right at like
the twice barreled.
Oh, god damn.
Yeah. No, definitely not the bonded.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
But yeah, that twice barrel is pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Go get it. Go get it.
Especially for a Jack. It's so different from anything that Jack's done, you know. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
they did a good
Yeah, because
job.
like this triple
This
mash only has 20% malted in it.
Yeah.
It's
20%.
60% rye, 20% malted,
Ooh,
20%
I'm at full down.
Tennessee whiskey. But yeah,
All right, here I am.
Rye in that thing?
One tail of the forest.
I got it.
yeah, it's mostly rye.
All right, y'all.
Wow.
I'm pretty wasted. Grizzly 401k in the house. What's up? Dickel Barrel Select. Not great, but not bad. If it's a good pick, it's a good pick. Ernie, you can go inside whenever you want, you fire making bastard.
He's still out there.
4-wheel drum brakes. You're not wrong. That is an experience.
Ernie's thumbs are
If
still
you've
working.
had
though.
that experience, you know the definition of brake fade. And even worse is if you had 4-wheel drum brakes with no booster, with manual
God.
brakes. Oh, you had to stand on that freaking thing.
I bet.
Glenmorangie Tale of the Forest. I want to hear about that one. That
Yeah.
one sounds really weird. All right, y'all. There's 11 people left. I'm guessing most people went over to Vic. 5 people here. If anybody wants to hang out in the after party, come hang out. Click the link. The link's still good. We're going to keep drinking. And going to say cheers, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. And soon you'll see me fail at Matt Madness. And Monday night, I'll probably be on with Dusty Dan doing Blind sent by Eric Desmarius. So cheers, y'all.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.